listening to Coleman Community Radio's Coleman County Sports Channel. Tonight's broadcast will begin in about 1 minute. Listening to Coleman Community Radio's online channel for sports in Coleman County. Tonight's broadcast will begin in about 30 seconds.
Last week, a giant rolled into Dafford Smith Stadium and was chopped down. The Russellville Golden Tigers came to Fairview's house, and when time ran out, the Aggies gave them another loss. Now a new giant awaits, the number 3 ranked Fairview Aggies. Waiting right down Highway 67 are the Priceville Bulldogs. Last season, the Bulldogs finished a disappointing 2-8, but this year is very different. Priceville is 5-1, with their only loss being to an unbeaten West Morgan team, and that loss was by 1 point. I spoke to Coach Parker this week. He knows if the Bulldogs are going to take the next step, they have to fight their way through the Fairview Aggie team that's averaging 44 points per game while only giving up 13. But Priceville is no slouch in that department either. The Bulldogs this season are scoring 34 per game while giving up a miserly 7 points on defense. But waiting across the field is a massive Aggie offense that is fueled by the best running back in 5A football. Which one will come out on top? Offense or defense? It's time to find out. It's time to strap on the helmets, and it's time to swap some paint. It's time for Friday Night Live on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I am Christopher Greer here in Priceville, Alabama, joined by my partner in crime, Eric Brenneman. Eric, how are you tonight, man?
Doing great, Chris. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely a great night for football. We've had that, the heat has kind of settled down the last couple days. Perfect for playing hard-nosed, smash-mouth football, which I believe is exactly what we're going to see with these Bulldogs.
Most definitely. I believe we're going to see plenty of that. Before we start breaking down the action for the last couple of games, I want to run through our sponsors real quick. And it looks like we might be taking a break here in a moment. I think they're about to play the national anthem. Our broadcast booth sponsor is the 212 Insurance Group, providing the extra degree of service you deserve. First and second half opening kickoffs will be sponsored by Shattuck's Garage Doors. More than just garage doors, experience the Shattuck's difference. Sideline reports are brought to you by Ditto's Transmissions. Honest and reasonable, trust Ditto's for all your transmission needs. Scoring recaps brought to you by CCM Garage Doors. Don't fight the ups and downs of an aging garage door. Coaches interviews brought to you by Owens Home Appliance Center. Quality products, quality service, quality pricing. It's in the name. First downs will be brought to you by Branding Iron Steakhouse, leaving their mark on great steaks. The halftime show brought to you by 212 Insurance, providing the extra degree of service you deserve. And I am also a customer of them. Well, they're about to play the national anthem. We're going to take about a minute, 27-second break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Hey, Coleman drivers. Are you tired of the hassle and confusion when it comes to buying a car? Well, we've got fantastic news for you. Meet Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Coleman, your go-to guy for a no-nonsense car buying experience.
Hey, folks. Adam here. Buying a car shouldn't be stressful. That's why at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on transparency, trust, and there's never any BS at MS.
That's right. Adam Aker and the Mitch Smith Chevrolet team are changing the game.
I live and breathe Coleman, just like you. So So when you step into our showroom, you're not just another customer, you're family. Together, we'll find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs and budget. Remember, Adam Aker, Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network here in Priceville, Alabama, home of the Bulldogs. And that was a false alarm on the national anthem. The band came out and started playing, so we cut to a break. But that's good. We'll cut to a break when the anthem plays here shortly. Let's talk a little bit about what happened in Coleman County this last week, Eric. And we're going to start with the surprise game of the week. Not that they won, because everybody picked them to win, but Vinemont absolutely ran wild over Hansville, 78-42. I mean, that's massive. It set records for Vinemont. They've never scored that much. Gabriel Herrera, he ran for 4 touchdowns, had 3 in the first half. He was player of the week for the Coleman Times this last week. And what's kind of sad in that is Hansville's had trouble getting in the end zone. Losing the ball game, their quarterback throws 5 touchdowns and is in a loss. You know, if that was in a win, man, people would be singing the kids' praises to the moon. But unfortunately, it was in a loss. You know, Vinemont looking good so far this season. They're continuing. We're going to go back to Class A, or 1A Region 7 next. That's Addison at Waterloo, and Addison put it to them, man. Addison is tough this year. They throw another shutout. It's their 3rd of the year. Elijah Roberts and Seth Hammock, they each had a pair of touchdowns. A lot of young kids got in the game. Some names that I recognize back from travel baseball, if you can believe it. And Addison is rolling. You know, it's hard to lose, Eric, when you don't give up any points.
Well, you know, not only that, but a rushing attack on top of that is doubly hard. And they've scored four touchdowns on the ground there, so pretty tough to defend.
Going up to Class 2A Region 6 next, Cold Springs went to West End and absolutely poured it to them, 28-0. It was another strong defensive effort. They shut them out. And again, Cold Springs rolling. Last week up in Fairview at Dafford Smith, Fairview got it done 35-28. Jake Harper led the way. He had 3 touchdowns in the second half, and Fairview got it done when they needed to. Class 4A, Region 5, you've got Good Hope, and they smoked Curry, 48-0. The defense for the Raiders has been just phenomenal this year. The offense getting it done. A lot of guys, a lot of names you'd recognize. Guys like Carter Rutherford, Mason Drake, they all got their touches. They all got scores. You know, Good Hope is rolling, and we close out the season with them. They are undefeated.
Well, they've got a good challenge tonight. They're going to be playing Hamilton, so at 7-0, by the way. So yes, that's going to be interesting.
The head coach of Hamilton, I actually coach with his father. Great guy, fantastic offensive mind. Hamilton puts up a lot of points, but we're going to get to that. Finishing up the games last week, Whitesburg Christian beat Holly Pond 28-6, and it seems like Holly Pond is starting to fade a little bit. They started the season very, very strong. Now it seems they're tailing off. And then Priceville, they went down to West Point and just absolutely poured it to them. 26-0. West Point had no answers. And Priceville is very, very strong. We had a couple Thursday night games. We're going to run through those real quick before we take a break. Well, actually, we're going to take a break right now. They're about to play the national anthem, and this time it is for real, guys. So we're going to take a break. It's going to be about 1 minute and 56 seconds. We'll be right back on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Hey, Coleman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Coleman likes it.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband. Providing internet service since 2004, Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips with Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your fifth time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust, knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Looking to buy or sell your home? You can trust a team that treats you like family.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, a husband and wife real estate duo with deep roots and unmatched knowledge of the market.
We know every corner, every neighborhood, and what it takes to get you the best deal.
And our top priority, you. From your first showing to final closing, we're by your side every step of the way. Because when you work with us, you're not just a client, you're family. We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty. Real estate with heart, hustle, and hometown care.
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at the Warhurst Team Realtors.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network here in Priceville, Alabama, and it was another fake out on the Star Spangled Banner, Eric. They're doing a ceremony on the field with some parents and a flag, and we thought they were about to start the national anthem, but they did not. We'll go to the coaches' interviews whenever they do. We're going to finish up talking about some games that played this week, Eric, and we had some Thursday night games that played last night.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. You've got Holly Pond, who wins big, 42-0 over Asbury. They didn't have much trouble there with that, and rolling into a home victory.
Boston Gibbs, their dynamic running back, he led the way with 3 touchdowns. Actually 3 touchdown passes. That young man can do everything, including probably play in the band if he chose to. We had one other game last night. That was Coosa Christian at Cold Springs, and the Eagles just could not get it done against the number 2 ranked Conquerors. Cold Springs trailed 20-0 before finally scoring right before halftime. Just an example of too much horsepower right there, Eric. Coosa Christian just too strong. So let's talk a little bit about the games this week. And we keep track of our picks, and we'll talk about the picks later on once we finish. But this week's games, we start with Class 1A Region 7. Meek is at Addison. Meek at 4-2. Addison 6-1. Who do you think you'll take in that game, Eric?
You know, Chris, I think after last week, Addison looked pretty good. I think I'm gonna have to go with them. They're at 6-1. Looking strong now. Meek's not not a pushover, but I've got to call Addison on that one.
You know, I'm going to join you on that as well, Eric. I'm going to take Addison. Next, we're going to go to Class 6A Region 7, and this game has national story implications. Coleman at Columbia. Coleman 1-6. Columbia 0-96. So, and that's the record. And they've got people following them around. Who do you pick in that game, Eric?
You know, I've never seen a team that is not reflective of the record so much like the Columbia right now. So, you know what, Chris? I think this is their week. I think they're going to end the drought tonight. And I'm going to go with Columbia.
I almost picked Columbia to end the drought, but I had to go with the herd right there. You were strong enough not to.
I'm calling it right now, Chris. I'm telling you.
All right, this game tonight. Man, this game has huge implications for the playoffs. A 5-1 Priceville team playing at home in a loud, rowdy stadium. You've got Fairview coming in. Who do you pick?
Well, I tell you what, Chris, you know, I've been fortunate enough to watch Fairview, how they have gelled together, how many returning players and how strong they are. They've got a lot of guys that play both sides of the ball. They are rolling. They haven't showed many signs of weakness, and I don't expect them to tonight. In a tight game, I think Fairview takes it tonight.
I'm saying it's going to be a 6-point ball game.
Sure.
That's my guess. Now we're going to go down to Good Hope at Hamilton. And, man, both of those teams are undefeated.
Somebody's getting the first loss tonight, Chris.
Right. But who's it going to be?
Well, look, I'm going to take Good Hope just for the fact that I've been able to catch them a couple times this year. I like the way they're looking. You know, and honestly, it's a toss-up, but I am going to go with Good Hope tonight.
Well, you know, Dad was the only one who took Hamilton.
Of course he was.
Right. So in Region 5, Hansville at 0-6 are at midfield 1-5. I'm saying Hansville upsets.
You know, I tell you what, I can't disagree with that, Chris. I like that pick, and I think I'm going to follow suit. I think Hansville gets their first win of the year.
Well, we are going to take a quick break for the national anthem. Now, actually, it won't be a break. We're going to go to the coaches' interviews. Here's the interview where I had a chance to sit down and talk with Coach Parker of the Priceville Bulldogs. Hello, everybody. This is Christopher Greer with the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and I'm sitting here with Coach Parker of the Priceville Bulldogs. Coach Parker, thank you for taking the time to sit down and talk to us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Well, I've got about 6 questions I want to run by you. First off, both Fairview and Priceville come into this game undefeated in the region. Fairview knocked off Russellville last week. You've got them upcoming on your schedule. How big would it be for your program to knock off Fairview at home?
Oh, man, it'd be massive. You know, ultimately, to be the best, you got to beat the best. Fairview has been the best of this region for the last couple of years, and you know, just for our kids, you know, they know that when we play a Fairview team, what it's going to take, and how physical you guys are, how well coached you guys are, and for us as a program, I mean, to win a game against a school like Fairview that has had the success you guys have had over the last few years, it would mean a ton for us to take the next step as a 5A, now 5A program. But more than that, too, you know, you guys ranked top 5, I believe, number 3 this week, and what that would do for our team, I mean, yeah, it'd be huge. But ultimately, our goal, just as you guys, is to win a region championship. In order to do that, we know we're going to have to beat Fairview.
You know, so far this season, and I want to say congratulations. So far this season, you've lost one game to a very tough, undefeated West Morgan team. It was a 1-point loss. After a loss like that, you know, teams can kind of go one of 2 ways. They can draw in and get tight and learn from it and improve, or they can fall apart. How did they respond to that loss?
Yeah, I think, you know, our first 3 games we came out, we kind of dominated, and, you know, we felt like we were playing really good football. But you know you're going to be tested against some of those elite teams. Obviously, West Morgan, a lot like you guys, had so much success over the last few years, really dominated their region. And, you know, I think that game, although we lost, I think it showed our kids how good we can be. And so I think after the game, you know, I was talking to the kids trying to, you know, check their mental a little bit. And they, you know, a couple of them spoke up and said, Coach, we're more confident than we've ever been. And so I think Yes, it hurt. You want to win that game, but it is what it is. It's one game, means nothing in our region. I think our kids, by Saturday morning we're good to go. And, also we had some big injuries in that game. We had a guy get banged up. Obviously West Morgan had a very serious injury with a young man. And so I hate to make it not about football, but it kind of after the game, the feeling was odd. Everybody was more worried about health. And so through that, we were able to kind of get past it. And I've loved the mentality. I think our kids are ready to go and confident moving forward.
Your defense has gotten it done all season long. When I was breaking down stats, you're averaging just over 7 points a game allowed. You're facing a high-powered offense in Fairview. What is your defense going to have to do to try and slow that offense down?
Well, you said it. It's you got to try to slow it down. You're not going to stop it. I mean, obviously Colt Redding and Jake Harper have been doing it for a really long time and played a ton of football. They're both very good football players. Obviously, Harper being the player of the year last year in the region and looks, right now looks like he's well on his way to do it again. And so we know the work is certainly cut out for us. I think this is ultimately our biggest test this year defensively. Yes, we have played well and handled some really good backs. Had a good back from West Point last week that I felt like we did a good job with. Really good back from West Morgan that's an elite player. We did a good job with. But obviously Harper presents a different task with him being, such a big kid, such a physical runner. And so, but not just that. I mean, you guys have weapons all over the field that obviously make a ton of plays. Chandler makes a ton of plays, and we got to work cut out for us. It will certainly be our biggest test just yet. But in order to do that, we've got to be focused on what the game plan is. We got to read our gaps, take the right reads, take the right steps, and ultimately fly to the football. That has probably been the best thing for us this year. Is we've gotten a lot stronger. We're more physical than we've been, but our kids fly around. We have 11 hats flying to the ball, and we're certainly going to have to gang tackle on Friday night.
Coach, I personally watched this season. The Fairview kicking game has turned into a weapon for the Aggies. They've got multiple turnovers in the kicking game, I think 4 or 5 so far on the season. Has special teams been a focus for you this week getting ready?
Oh, yes, certainly. And it always is. We always try to, just as it's obvious that you guys do the same. I mean, we're always trying to kind of get a leg up in special teams, try to maybe get a cheap score, a quick score, or, force a turnover, as you mentioned. And so it's always a focal point for us. But a team like this, again, you got to cover all your bases, because they're doing the same. I mean, I can't say how much respect I have for Coach Redding and all of the staff there at Fairview and what you guys do. And so ultimately for us, we know that we've got to check all those boxes. And like you said, I mean, the kicking game has been a weapon for you guys. And, for us, we've made a couple mistakes in it this year, but we've also had some big plays in it too. So it goes back to us focusing on us and kind of what we've got to do to be great in all three phases. But yeah, certainly, you take a longer look at a team that's had as much success as Fairview has this year on special teams.
Last question for you, Coach. If you have to go all the way back to 2019 to find a season where Priceville beats Fairview, is this the year the Bulldogs can get over the hump and take that top spot in the region?
I'm definitely not going to make any predictions, man. I really, like I said, I got so much respect for Fairview. We're going to have to play really well to win this game. I mean, I'm aware of that. But at the same time, we're going to go in there. We're going to throw our punches and be ready to go. It goes back to what I said, though. You're going to always respect your opponent, and we certainly do with a team like this. And they deserve that respect. I mean, Fairview, the Aggies, they deserve that respect. But for us, we're going to go in. It's at our place. We know what's on the line, and ultimately this is why you play the game. It's why you work so hard. We've talked about this all week. For us, we've worked really 2 years for this moment and for this night, and we're going to give it everything we got. At the end of the night, we're going to hold our heads high, and I know Fairview's going to do the same. And so it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out type of game. Both teams playing for region championship, and I think both teams are extremely physical. I know Fairview's well coached. I like to think Price was well coached too, and we're going to give it everything we got, and we're going to let the chips fall where they may.
Well, Coach, I have to say I've had this game circled on my schedule for a while. I thought this game was going to decide the region. You guys have certainly had a successful year up to this point. I hope that continues. I wish you nothing but the best, and I wish you luck Friday night. I know it's going to be a great football game. Thank you so much for sitting down and talking to us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Greer. Really enjoyed it, and go Bulldogs. But, rooting for you guys the rest of the way after this one.
Thank you very much. This has been Christopher Greer with Coach Parker and the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. And now it's back to the action. Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama, and that was Coach Parker, the Priceville Bulldogs. We're going to take about a 1-8 break. When we come back, you're going to hear from Coach Redding, and then we'll have the kickoff coming up shortly. Priceville versus Fairview right around the bend. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Are you looking for a reliable ride at the lowest prices in town with financing? PNC Auto has you covered. Finance options for all credit types, good, bad, or ugly. Plus, a free vehicle report is available for each listing. You can get pre-qualified today online at mypcauto.com. And they offer a free 90-day powertrain warranty or free maintenance for a year. No, we're not kidding. Chad Johnson and Paul Carpenter are ready to help you drive away happy today. Chad is available at 256-493-2491. Or Paul can be reached at 256-339-9932. PNC Auto on Highway 278 just past the Methodist Church or online at mypcauto.com.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I am Christopher Greer, and we played Coach Parker a few minutes ago, the interview that I had with him. Now I had a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Redding about the game this week. Here's my interview with Coach Redding on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Welcome to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I'm Christopher Greer, and I'm joined here with Coach Redding. Coach, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Hey, Chris, thank you for being here.
You know, you're coming off a big win at home last week against Russellville. That was a physical game. How is the health of your team right now?
You know, health is good. I think it's about like anybody this time of year. You know, you're playing 5A football, and it's tough and it's physical up front. So you're going to have bumps and bruises, but for the most part, everything's been good this week, and just trying to get everybody healed up from the bruises. And at the same time, this time of the year, things are shifting a little bit weather-wise. So you're trying to fight off any kind of sicknesses and colds. So right now, we're hanging in there.
You know, Priceville's coming into this game with one loss on the season. That was against a very good West Morgan team. Is this the toughest team that Fairview's faced this year?
Yeah, they're an unbelievable tough team, you know, and I don't really like getting into ranking teams because I think matchups are always different and the mentality can be different. But we have faced a lot of good teams this year, and right now Priceville definitely is one of those top teams. They're solid all the way around. They play tremendous defense. They're very physical up front. They're big up front, and they want to run the football. And so just watching them over the last week or so, you know, they're very, very impressive.
You know, Priceville plays with multiple quarterbacks. How challenging is that to try and prepare for?
You know, it's always challenging because, you know, sometimes when you get different quarterbacks that come in, you get different packages. But what we do know is they definitely love running the football, and both quarterbacks can throw well. Both quarterbacks can run well. And so it's just going to be very important for us to get locked in and stay focused on our keys and our reads and to be able to fit the run game with both of those quarterbacks. And then even the other guys, the running backs, they'll move in there at quarterback position, but then also be able to cover the pass as well. So we just got to stay sound on our side.
Your defense has gotten the job done all year long. What will they have to do this week to try and hold that Bulldog offense in check?
Yeah, we're going to have to be very, very sound, and it's going to be important for us to make good tackles, and I think they do a good job of breaking tackles and continue to move forward on contact. So it's going to be important for us that everybody's moving to the ball, that we're fitting and layering, that the team is showing up and behind them. And we talk a lot about that. You know, we get a guy to do his job. He needs to believe and know that his help's coming, and our help needs to get there.
Right. Priceville's had a big turnaround this year from last year. Seems like Coach Parker's getting his team dialed in. How difficult is it to go to a small stadium like Priceville where it can get really hostile and loud?
Priceville's always had a really good environment as far as it being a tough place to play. And we've had some wars up there over the years, and so we're fully aware of what we're getting into, and we know it's going to be a big-time environment up there. There's a lot of energy in both communities, and just how exciting is that for just high school football and for these kids to be a part of. But that'll be definitely a tough place to play. It's going to be important for us not to get our eyes caught up in all the lights and the glamour that's going around. Stay focused on what's going on the football field, and it'll take everything we got to stay in there.
Well, I sat down and talked to Coach Parker earlier this week, and his exact words pretty much were, we want to be the best in our region, and that road goes through Fairview. They have a tremendous respect for you and your team, and it's going to be one heck of a game Friday. I can't wait to see it. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you.
That was Coach Redding on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Now back to the action. Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama. We're about to get this game kicked off. Eric, this kickoff is brought to you. By Shattuck's Garage Doors. More than just garage doors. Experience the Shattuck's difference. And it looks like Priceville won. They elected to defer. Now Fairview will be receiving. Back deep is Colt Redding, and he is joined by Jay Stevens. We're getting ready to kick this off, Eric.
I think this is a good sign for Fairview. Offense is where they want to start, and offense is where they'll go here. So here comes the kick from Priceville.
Priceville approaches the ball. They pound it deep. It's going to go out of the end zone, and that will come back out. Touchback. While we got a second, Eric, let's finish out your picks. The last pick, Vinemont at Gordo. Gordo 6-0, Vinemont 5-2. Who do you take in that one?
That's going to be a close game, but I think Gordo's going to have a little more than they can handle. I'm going to go with Gordo.
I'm going to agree with you. Now it's rapid fire. East Limestone at West Point.
West Point.
All right. Coming out on offense, we've got Colt Redding in the shotgun. Jake Harper is beside him. He takes a shotgun snap. He hands it off to Harper, goes to his right, dives forward for about a yard, and then he will be brought down. Good defense there by the Bulldogs, Eric.
Yeah, that was a good stop there by Priceville on first down. So they appear to be ready for the run, but time will tell.
Well, Fairview comes up to the line of scrimmage now. Harper stays in the game. Colt Redding in the shotgun awaits the snap. Now he moves Harper to his right. He'll hand Harper the ball. He goes to his left. He's chopped down behind the line. Good defense by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a little slow developing there. Patient running, but just nothing opening up there for Fairview Aggies.
Harper is one of those backs that pounds on you, and as the game goes on, those runs will start to break.
Absolutely.
Now Harper comes off. Rex Chandler comes onto the field. We'll call his name a lot. He's a senior running back. A little bit of a change of pace to Harper, but every bit is dangerous. He lines up directly behind Cole Redding. Blitz being shown by Priceville. Fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. He's got Stevens. No, he's not going to throw it to Stevens. Instead, he throws it up to Aiden Batts, and it is complete up to about the 29-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 1.
A little bit, probably should have got rid of the ball a little bit earlier there. Gave enough time for the defense to come up and make a great tackle there to hold them short of the first down.
Good job by Aiden Batts hanging on to that ball, man.
The offense will stay on the field, though. Here we go.
4th and 1. Now they're going to shift the entire line. They're going unbalanced left. Priceville's not shifting with them, and we got flags coming in. Let's see what the call is.
It looks like Fairview's backing up. It looks like it could be illegal procedure there, Chris.
That's exactly what it is, illegal procedure, and I believe that might bring the punt team on. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 7 yards, Eric.
Yeah, good decision here. You really can't go for it this deep in your own territory, so Priceville elected to punt and give their chance on defense here to stop the Bulldogs.
Jay Stevens back deep to kick it away, and he can absolutely flip the field. I've seen him kick 70-yarders. There's a good high kick. It's going to bounce down about the 45, take a Fairview bounce across the 50 and out of bounds at the 46. We're going to take a quick break. The score 0-0. When we come back, Priceville's offense will be on the field. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Powering the good life. That's what Coleman Electric Cooperative does. Reliable, affordable electricity to keep your home running and Sprout Fiber Internet to keep you connected with blazing fast Wi-Fi for home, school, and work. They are proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who bring energy and pride to our community every single day. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet, powering the good life.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and it is 2nd down and 5. Priceville had a 5-yard handoff on first down, and Colton Madewell took it for 5 yards right up the gut. Priceville plays multiple quarterbacks, but they are primarily a run offense. Number 16, Sheldon Graham, is in at quarterback. He's going to take the snap, rolls to his left. Now he's going to elect to run. He picks up 1 yard. There, not a whole lot there. That defense played that pretty well, Eric.
Yeah, they did. Nothing surprised them there. Just held them to a couple yards, about a yard gain. So we're looking at here 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. So we'll see what they throw at us.
Well, they shift around a lot. Like I said, they play different people at quarterback. Looks like coming into quarterback now is Sheldon Graham again.
Yep, Sheldon Graham and looks like he's going to be in the shotgun.
I believe he's got Colton Madewell there beside him. And he's going to run it himself, goes off the left guard, gets through the initial line, surges forward. Colt Redding brings him down, but not before picking up 6 yards and a Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Bulldogs across midfield.
Yeah, very interesting there, Chris. Just a real patient runner.
Very patient.
You know, I thought he could have been down before the first down, but he just kept going and moving that pile a little bit for a first down.
Well, let's see. Coming off the field is Xavion Campbell, the sophomore, and staying in at quarterback.
Yeah, but Sheldon Graham.
No, we have a new quarterback now. It's going to be Jack Eubanks, the junior. No, it's Sheldon Graham. They shotgun snap it. He hands it off. Going around the right edge, that's Colton Madewell, and he picks up about 3 yards. Good run there for the junior.
If you're sensing the theme here tonight, it's run the ball.
Run the ball. We're going to see a lot of that. Madewell stays out on the field. And he is their most dangerous runner. Got 620 yards on the season, 6 yards per touch. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 now. Priceville right in front of us. Ball's on the 41. Madewell's in the shotgun next to Sheldon Graham, and we got whistles. Do we have flags? Yes, we do. We got flags. Yes, we do. We got flags. How about you? It's going to be against Priceville this time, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Going to move them back to about 2nd down and about 13. I expect this game's going to be a barn burner, Eric. How about you?
No, it is, Chris. You're right. It's going to be a slim margin of error. That time the Aggies getting a little help, and I think from the looks of it, they're going to need a little bit tonight.
Priceville's entire team wears wristbands. They signal it in, so that way they don't even have to call it. Everybody goes to the line of scrimmage. Madewell's in the backfield. Now they send a man in motion. Graham takes a snap. He runs it to the right. And there's not a lot of room to run. And he is going to be brought down by the Latham brothers. I couldn't tell which one. We got a couple of other guys in there on the tackle as well. You got to love it when your defense is swarming to the point where you can't tell who's making the tackle, Eric.
Well, yeah, absolutely. That's a good problem to have. So the Aggies sniffed that out right away. Barely just a couple yards gained. So now we're looking, 3rd and 13.
Right.
3rd and 9. So, they gave them 4 yards on that play, but the Aggies, I think, got a good chance of getting the ball back here with the stop.
Evan Smith was also in on that tackle for the Aggies. Sheldon Graham in the shotgun, going to take the snap, rolls to his left. First time he's going to throw, and it is incomplete.
Well,
Steve.
Bulldogs are going for
4th and 9. The Bulldogs are going to go for it. Graham, the senior quarterback.
They may be trying to draw him off sides, Chris.
I think so. Now he's going to drop back.
He did.
It's a high snap. He brings it down. Good pooch kick. It bounces at about the 10. Takes a Priceville roll down to the 6.
Wow. 5-yard line.
Fairview takes over at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that was a total fake out right there. Quarterback ended up punting that ball. Looked like a high snap. He got it off anyway, just a small pooch kick.
6:12 left in the first. The score, 0-0. We're going to stay here with the action. And Colt Redding, Jake Harper, they run out on the field, starting deep in their own territory. Meanwhile, they're playing a 40 front for the Bulldogs. They've got one high, make that 2 high safeties. They're respecting the threat that Fairview can do with the pass.
Yeah, tough spot for the Aggies to start this drive, but let's see what they've got.
Colt Redding in the shotgun. And we've got flags coming down. Let's see what the call is. Pretty sure it's going to be movement. And it is.
Tough break.
Half the distance to the goal.
Well,
at least it wasn't that costly.
Well, you got, 2.5 yards back there, basically right on the goal line almost. So, yeah, 2.5 yard line is where they're going to spot the ball. So, Aggies got even bigger hole here. 1st and 12.
1st and 12 from the 2. Aiden Batts on the far side with Jay Stevens. They send a man in motion. It's Jay Stevens. He takes it on the jet sweep around the right side. Gets across the goal line, man, but he might have lost a yard on that carry.
Had potential there, Chris. He just wasn't able to get to the edge.
Well defended by the Bulldog defense. It's a loss of 1. It's going to move it back to about the 1 yard line. And,
I think we're going to have to run out of this hole, Chris. It's tough being pinned back here. All right.
They're going to hand it off to Jake Harper around the right side. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, at the 20, the 30. He's going to be run out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line. And a big pickup for Jake Harper. 20 yards in a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
That's the breathing room they needed right there. A pitch right.
It certainly is.
Pitch right was able to gain quite a few and get them in position.
Trips to the near side. Redding takes a snap, rolls to his left, gets a big block. He gets it out to Connor Scott. Complete out to about the 34-yard line. Pickup of 4 on first down. Good pitch and catch.
Interesting to go roll to his left, which is, he's right-handed, but able to complete that. Just looking a little awkward, but he made it look good.
Colt is one of those players, Eric, who can make those throws. 2nd and 5 now. Fairview going from right to left in front of us. He takes a snap. He's going to roll to his right. Gets by the defender. Gets it to Jay Stevens in the flat out at about the 35. He's going to get up to about the 38. Forced out of bounds. Let's see at the 39. And that's going to be a pickup of 6 and a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
So the Aggies having a little success on another rollout. So gets them another first down here about the 39-yard line.
Man, Colt Redding is, he's tearing it up passing wise. They're going to hand it off to the right side. It's going to be Harper. He's going to dive forward, picking up about 6 yards. Good carry there for the senior. Very nice carry on first down. You like playing in front of the sticks and not behind.
That's where the money's at. First down plays. So they showed there they could gain and make second and third manageable.
Redding takes a snap. He's going to run it himself to the left. Gets to the second level. He's across the 50 up to the 46-yard line. Hard run there. 7 yards for Colt Redding at a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
Chris, that didn't look like a quarterback there. That was all running back.
It did.
One player away from breaking that, by the way.
Colt Redding stays in with Jake Harper. Harper lines up to his right. Score nothing, but Fairview's driving. He hands it to Harper, gets to the left, gets to the edge, goes up to the 45, to the 42. Finally taken down by a black shirt after a 5-yard gain.
And I got to hand it to Priceville. Their defense is not, bend don't break, but the Aggies are just chipping away here. And
3:31 left in the first. The score nothing. Colt Redding's got the ball 2nd and 7. He's in his shotgun. Blitz being shown. He's going to hand it off to Harper around the right edge. Gets a seam across to the 40. Dives forward as he's chopped down at about the 36-yard line. Pickup of about 6 yards and a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies. You know why I like Branding Iron, Eric? It's one of the few places that can make a steak as good or better than me.
And that's how you know.
Exactly. Colt Redding's in the shotgun. He's got Jake Harper beside him. Trips to the near side. They send Stevens in motion. They're going to throw it out to him in the flats. He's got it up to the 40. Chopped down. Big defensive stop by the cornerback. And that's going to lose a yard, Eric. Well defended. Well scouted.
That is very interesting play. Very interesting on the defense for the Bulldogs. That's their quarterback making that play. And, props to them. That was a good play. So.
Well, Priceville and Fairview both play Ironman.
Yeah, and you got to respect that.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody who's ever done it does.
That's right.
2nd down and 12. Colt Redding stands on about the 44-yard line, waits on the snap, takes it, rolls to his right. Chandler lays a block for him. Now he's going to run. He's up to about the 35, 34-yard line. Pickup of about 6 for Colt, and then he's brought down, Eric.
You know what I like, Chris? I like watching the Aggies here because, they've had to chip away driving down the field, but nobody's panicking. No. Nobody's freaking out. I mean, they're playing their game and throwing some good blocks and allowing to get Colt Redding a little bit of room there.
Well, that block right there was Rex Chandler. The backup running back who gets
Rex
a lot of
is so good in so many areas.
Right.
I'm very impressed by Rex.
3rd down and about 7. He's going to hand it off to Chandler. He goes around the right side, gets forward. He's going to be up close to the sticks across the 30-yard line up to about the 29. Pickup of about 5. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And you've got a kicker who can make it here, but they're not lining up in a kicking formation. Colt Redding's good out to about 52 yards, Eric. But he's in at quarterback right now.
It looks
Harper
like
beside him.
This same situation, Chris. They're going to go for it. 3 yards is all they need.
Now they're shifting. Blitz being shown. Flags come in. Are they going to call? This time it's on Priceville. Encroachment. That'll be 5 yards and a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
Priceville with the shift on that 4th down play, it was dangerously close to being another illegal procedure, but Priceville in the neutral zone.
That's going to move the sticks and give a fresh set of downs. Ball spotted on the 25-yard line. Not what you want to do to this Fairview Aggie team. 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Clock's ticking. 20 seconds left on the play clock. Colt Redding has Jake Harper beside him. Priceville's defense is showing a blitz. He hands it off to Harper. He goes off left guard, picks up about 3 yards. Solid run by the senior, Eric.
Yes, you're right. And what I've noticed tonight is the Aggies keeping it on the ground. A little more than usual.
They're keeping it on the ground. They're keeping the tempo up, but that's going to do it for the first quarter. At the end of one, the score 0-0. Man, I didn't expect that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll pick up the second quarter. You are listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, where it's all tied up.
In 1952, 7 men at an aluminum plant banded together and started Lister Hill Credit Union with only $5 each. Today, more than 92,000 have joined us, continuing the legacy of supporting themselves and the community through Lister Hill. It's all about we and what we can do together.
Coleman Appliance Repair is now Coleman Appliance and HVAC Repair, now servicing your heating and air needs as well. Servicing most models and brands, they can be found on Facebook or Google for those appliance or HVAC repair needs. Proudly supporting Coleman area athletics and collegiate football. When that appliance or HVAC system frustrates you and you're in need of a repairman, Robert Brantley and his team are ready to help. They're available via call or text at 256-507-3415 or on Facebook, Google, or online at ColemanApplianceRepair.com. Alabama HVAC number 22238.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama. We just completed what had to be the fastest first quarter in the history of Fairview football, Eric. It was like 5 minutes.
Well, when you're running at almost, I think I saw maybe 2 passes that quarter.
Right.
Yeah, no, so it's gonna, and here they are again. They're ready to start this second quarter. You know, these guys are fired up, both sides. So I'm loving what I'm seeing so far.
Well, Fairview's out on the field. Priceville in defense. They got 4 men on the line. They take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Harper. Goes off right guard. Gets by 1, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Aggies.
Just like that, Chris.
24-yarder for Jake.
It took the field flip to open that up, but a nice run. He was stumbling and bumbling. He was
carrying defenders.
Well, yards after catch, they always talk about that. It's yards after contact, but he got shot through there like a cannon. He had it wide open for
Once
that touchdown.
Once he reached that second level, it was all over but the
You're correct.
He hit the Jets and he was gone.
That's right.
Colt Rating now to attempt the extra point. Connor Scott's going to be holding, and this group is exceptionally good. There's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Start of the second quarter, Fairview takes the lead 7-0. We'll be right back on the Fairview Aggies Sports Network.
Founded in 1887, Coleman Savings Bank serves the people of Coleman with a full line of banking services. One of those services is their legacy checking account, available to those 50-plus, military, teachers, policemen, and firefighters. It features no monthly service charge, interest earned on any balance, free paper or e-statements, and 2 free boxes of checks per year, along with other features. You can stop by any one of 4 convenient locations and ask them about the legacy checking account, or visit www.colemansavingsbank.com for more information. Coleman Savings Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Tisha Brewer will make it easy and affordable to help protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Fairview kicks it off. It's fielded at about the 20. Brings it up to the 30. Chopped down by Connor Scott. Big time play by that young man. And they'll take over 1st and 10. Priceville will.
Chris, that's this offense for the Aggies, 12 rushes, producing 82 yards so far, 18 through the air, so ended up with a touchdown on that last play. So
big play by Jake Harper to punch it in the end zone, and 2 big good runs on that last drive. Well, now Graham's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back. Goes off left guard. That was Colton Madewell, and he picks up about 3. No, they're going to give him 5. I didn't see him getting that many, Eric.
runners for both teams are a little bit sneaky tonight. And what I mean by that is they're running low to the ground. Right. I mean, they're gaining yards after initial contact, and that's a sign of tough running and tough blocking.
Graham stays in at quarterback. And we have a new running back. That's Bronson Carroll in now. Lines up beside him. One receiver out wide. High snap, but he gets it to Carroll. Goes off left side. Across the 35, up across the 40-yard line. Up to the 42. Pickup of about 8 in a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Bulldogs.
And a few bodies go flying on that play, Chris. And, yeah, Bulldogs able to muscle out a first down. So, again, on the ground. So, challenging for both teams, but Priceville trying to get some momentum here as they are down by 7.
Graham lines up at quarterback. High snap. He's going to hand it off again. They go right off left guard. That's Bronson Carroll on the carry. Picks up 2 yards. Then he's brought down. Avery Latham on the tackle on that. Joined by a group of friends there, Eric.
Well, you know what's interesting is most of their runs have been up the middle. Not a lot of edge sweeps or anything like that. I think they just want to power through. And, talking with the other coach today, they've hit the weight room and it does show.
Oh, it does. Look, man, this team was 2-8 last year.
Yeah. Well, they have vastly
don't look
improved.
like a 2-8 team.
No, they don't. So, Aggie's got their work cut out for them.
Graham takes a high snap, whistles blow. Let's see what the call is. And it's going to be timeout called by the Priceville Bulldogs. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back in about 1 minute and 8 seconds. Second quarter with 9:57 to go. Fairview is up 7-0. We'll be right back on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
You know, we have one of the coolest places right here in Coleman. It's Cleaning and More Coleman on County Road 437. Cleaning and More Coleman has reliable and professional residential and commercial cleaning services tailored to your needs. And I know because we use Cleaning and More Coleman at the Warhurst Team Realtors for our buyers and sellers. Cleaning and More Coleman is more than just cleaning supplies. They have janitorial supplies like trash can liners of all sizes, cleaning supplies, mops, brooms, paper towels, they have it all. Plus concession stand and restaurant supplies like cups, cutleries, plates, to-go containers, bags, straws, nacho trays, even popcorn bags. Cleaning and More Coleman has it all. Need climate control storage? How about 10 by 10, 10 by 15, and 10 by 20 units? And they even have the U-Haul trucks to carry your stuff. You can check them out at cleaningandmorecoleman.com. You can get info at cleaningandmorecoleman.com, or the way I like, you can dial them up at 256-736-9944. 256-736-9944. Cleaning and More Coleman. County Road 437. Under the big white sign with the U-Hauls.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama. Priceville on the ball now. Graham takes a snap. He's going to run it himself to the left side. He's got the edge up to the 50. Then he is chopped down by Colt Redding. That actually was Colton Madewell on that carry, Eric, for 6 yards. He lined up in the Wildcat, and he's one of their running backs, but that time lined up at quarterback.
It looks like we have an infraction against the Bulldogs, Chris.
Oh, we do.
We are moving way back.
Let's see.
I believe it's holding. I missed the call, but I think that was a holding call.
That is a holding call. You are correct. Big penalty.
That was huge. That was going to be like, I think 3rd and 3. Now we're looking at
second down and about 18 or so.
Yeah.
And this is not a team that's designed to pick up big chunks of yards.
Well, and that's what I meant. They're going to need all the help they can get tonight. The Aggies will. So, I mean,
Xavion Campbell comes on, the sophomore running back, and he is very fast and very dynamic. If you're looking for lightning, he's the one they got that has it. Sheldon Graham, the senior, lines up in the shotgun. Got 3 receivers to the right. He's going to run it himself, and he is brought down. Big time stop there in the middle by a big time player, number 74, Avery Latham. tackles him for a loss of about 5, Eric.
There's a Latham in the house, and he brought that down. I tell you, that's one of the first mistakes I've seen by Priceville. I think had he handed that ball off, they had at least 10 yards. But
they did have a good seam there.
He decided to keep it, not the right choice there, but Latham on the job there.
3rd and 20 now. Ball spotted on about the 34-yard line. Make that 33. Have to get across midfield to the 47 to pick up the first. Fairview rushing 3 men. Graham takes a snap. He swings it out. It's complete on the left into the flat. Caught. And that was Uriah Burnham on the catch. He picks up about 6 yards, and that's it. Big play on the edge by Aiden Batts, knocking him out of bounds. It's 4th and long, Eric.
Yeah, good tackle there by Aiden, converting this, holding them to 4th and 17. So the Aggies looks like they're going to get the ball back in decent field position. Returners set up on the 30-yard line.
Connor Scott and Cole Redding stand on about the 30. Late man on the field for Priceville. Their punter stands on his own 25. It's a low kick. He gets the kick away. Not a great kick. Bounces at the 45. Priceville bounce down to the 35. Down to about the 31. Touch dead there. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, the Aggies take over on offense. 8:28 left in the first half. Fairview leads 7-0.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service. Hey, Coleman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Coleman likes it.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama. Colt Redding takes a snap, hands it off to Chandler, goes around the left side, gets up about 4 yards to the 49-yard line. Good run by the senior. Jake Harper started the drive off with a 12-yard run, Eric, and a Branding Iron Steakhouse first down. The Aggies getting close to midfield. Ball spotted on the 48-yard line. 7:25 left in the first half. Fairview leads 7-0.
You know, I'm watching the linemen here for the Aggies, and, you know, anybody getting winded, I haven't seen it yet. They're looking good, really good.
Fairview is exceptionally conditioned. Brady takes a snap, fakes a handoff, runs to the left, gets to the edge, cross midfield up to the 45. He's going to be spun out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. Pickup of about 14 in a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
You know, one word that comes to mind is just discipline.
Yes.
You know, it takes discipline by that offensive line, discipline by the quarterback there, and just showing what he can do if he's not trying to overthink it. So
right.
Here they come to the line.
Cole Redding has got Jake Harper beside him. Takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Harper around the left edge, across a 40, 35, picks up a block, carrying tacklers down to the 32. That's a pickup of, man, that's about 12 yards for Harper, and he was carrying guys for the last 5 yards, Eric.
No, he was, and excellent effort, what I'm seeing out of everybody on this Fairview Aggie team. As we come to the line now, the Aggies, shotgun formation again.
He's
going to keep it.
He's going to run off the left side, picks up a block, and he's going to dive forward out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Pick up a 5 for Colt.
You know, those 5 yards don't seem like much, but I tell you what, It's death by 1,000 cuts. I'll take 5 yards on first down any day.
Well, everybody's growing up playing Madden wanting to get 70 yards per play. That's not how football works.
That's right.
You get 5 yards on first down, now you got your whole playbook open.
Absolutely.
Colt Redding leads his team to the line. He's got 3 receivers to the far side. They snap it, hands it off to Jake Harper around the left edge. Across the 30, the 25, up out to about the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 9 for the big senior. And that's enough to move the sticks for another Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies. Harper closing in on 100 yards on the first half.
You know, Chris, I got a chance to look at the playbook for the Aggies before the game, and, you know, it had one page. It was run left, run right, and then the third line was rinse and repeat.
Right. Harper stays out there. He's going to get the ball again, going to the right. Gets a seam, picks his way across the 20, 25, down to the 15. Carrying tacklers, going to be brought down at the 15. Hard run. Didn't look like he had a lot there, Eric, but what he had was vision, and he had patience, and he let the hole develop. He trusted his teammates.
Well,
it takes a nothing gain to 6 yards.
Well, and what I saw was blocking.
Right.
So, and you can't do it without that.
Colt Redding takes a snap again, hands it to Harper off the right side, plants his foot across the 15 down to the 10. He'll be brought down at about the 7-yard line, pickup of 6, and another Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Aggies. Unofficially, Jake Harper just went over 100 yards with 109.
You know, even with the Bulldogs, you know, bulking up, hitting the gym extra heavy this offseason, these Aggies, their footwork has been phenomenal.
First and goal. Redding takes the snap, runs it himself to the right, and he is brought down for a 2-yard loss. It's going to be second and goal now from the 11.
Bulldogs snuffed that out. He's luckily actually hung on to the ball there. That was a great hit by the Priceville Bulldogs, and so the Aggies going to lose a couple on that play.
4:50 left in the first half. Fairview leads 7-0, but they've got it second down and goal. Colt Redding stays out there. Rex Chandler beside him in the shotgun. Quick snap. They give it to Chandler off the left side. Well defended. They stack him up. The Aggies push him forward to the 10. Pickup of a yard, no more. Third and goal from the 10, Eric.
You know, Chris, I'm trying to figure out if they can get a first down before the goal line, but I think you're correct. I think
they can't.
Yeah.
It's going to be third and goal. Now, if they don't pick up anything on this play, you might see the field goal unit. 4 minutes left in the first half. Fairview gets a snap. They're going to fake the handoff. Looks downfield. Got a man caught.
Wow.
Jay Stevens, touchdown, Aggies.
Wow, Chris.
10-yard pass from Colt Redding to Jay Stevens.
I think we've seen 3 passes all game. What a perfect play call for that pass. Just right over the top. And he was wide open there. So they, you know, baited him with the run. But we've got laundry on the field, Chris. It's going to be called back. Unbelievable.
Whoa.
A very late flag.
It sure is.
Very late flag. Unbelievable.
Holding on Fairview.
Wow.
Takes the points off the board.
That one's a tough one. The Priceville fans here loving that call, but
they are.
But if you could see that play, that was an awesome play. I did not see the holding call. The holding that they called, but the play looked great to me, Chris.
It's going to be third and goal now. Ball on the 20.
Wow. That's a tough break for these Aggies, but let's
Redding takes the snap, rolls right, looks downfield, throws back to his left.
Oh, wow.
Trying to get Connor Scott, and the flag comes in. Should be pass interference on the Bulldogs. I am prognosticating that's what it is, Eric, and I'm usually not wrong.
Well, when he did a rollout to the right, and he threw far left, and just a little tad underthrown, but the Bulldogs there got a little antsy and got there early.
They sure did. And Pass interference on Priceville.
So kind of get that holding call out.
Let's see where it moves the ball down to. Now it puts it back on the 10.
Priceville coaches don't agree, but I got to say that was the right call.
Oh, absolutely it was.
Yeah.
Cole Redding's out there. He's got Jake Harper beside him. Jay Stevens on the other side. And that's a dangerous combination right there, Eric.
Well, so now, Chris, you've got third down and goal again from the 10.
Cole Redding of a shotgun. He takes it, rolls to, and we got whistles. I believe we've got a timeout, and we do. Fairview takes a timeout. We've got 3:31 left in the first. Fairview leads 7-0. We'll be back in about a minute and 27 seconds. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband, providing internet service since 2004. Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips with Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your fifth time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust, knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Fairview snaps the ball. Colt Redding runs to the left. Now he's going to hand it off on a reverse back to Jay Stevens. He goes around the right side, down to the 5. Dragon defenders, reaches for the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies. What a run by Jay Stevens, Eric.
Boy, that looked doomed from the start, Chris, but I tell you, they fought through it. Jay Stevens with a little juke there, a little muscle, and diving over the goal line for that. And now, as they line up for the extra point to go up, potentially here 14-0.
Colt Redding gets ready to attempt the extra point. Connor Scott holds. There's the kick. It's up. And it is good. Fairview extends the lead 14-0. We'll be right back after this 40-second message on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell your home? You can trust a team that treats you like family.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, a husband and wife real estate duo with deep roots and unmatched knowledge of the market.
We know every corner, every neighborhood, and what it takes to get you the best deal.
And our top priority, you. From your first showing to final closing, we're by your side every step of the way. Because when you work with us, you're not just a client, you're family. We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty. Real estate with heart, hustle, and hometown care.
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at the Warhurst Team Realtors.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. And man, that scoring recap, Eric. Jay Stevens fought and fought and fought. Took a reverse on the 10. This scoring recap brought to you by CCM Garage Doors. Don't fight the ups and downs of an aging garage door. Jay Stevens carried defenders into the end zone, finally reached the ball across and gets the point. Cole Redding has it teed up on the 40. There's the kick. It's a pooch kick. Very dangerous kicker. Fielded at the 35. Rolls forward to the 40. Brought down there by Jay Stevens. We're starting to see bodies flying around the field, Eric. We're starting to see people getting knocked around.
You know, I've noticed that, Chris. They have been, and like I said, and we knew this was going to be a battle. Yeah, they're up by 14, but I can tell you that Bulldogs don't have any quit in them, and they're charging full steam ahead. So we'll see what they can do with it before halftime. But the Aggies,
Coach Parker sends Sheldon Graham out at quarterback, and he's got Colton Madewell beside him. Takes a snap. Again, a high snap, rolls to his right, looks downfield, caught at the 49, forward to the 45-yard line. That's Uriah Burnham with a 15-yard reception and a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
So far, that's the longest pass of the game for the Bulldogs.
That's the only pass of the game.
I believe they've had two, but that was a 15-yard completion there. So here we go, crossing into Aggie territory.
There's the snap. Graham rolls to his left, looking downfield. Not a lot there being pursued now. He gets it out complete to the 32, up to the 30, down to the 26. That's going to be a pickup of about 25 yards to Uriah Burnham again. And a Branding Iron Steakhouse first down for the Priceville Bulldogs.
Well, the Bulldogs all of a sudden, 2 passes in a row, 2 completions, 2 first downs in a row. So here we go with 2.5 minutes to go till half.
Graham takes a snap. He runs off right guard. Nowhere to go. That hole closed quickly. And let's see. They're going to give him 3 yards on the run. But the clock keeps rolling down to 2:18. Priceville hurries to the line of scrimmage. Graham stays in at quarterback. And check that. Graham is out at quarterback. It looks like, now he's back in. Man, they're killing me swapping around. He's got Bronson Carroll beside him in at running back now. Blitz being shown by Fairview. They send a man in motion. He takes a snap, rolls to the right. He's under pressure, has a man in the flats. It's caught out at the 20, up to about the 15-yard line. Pick up a 7, and that's enough for a Branding Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Bulldogs.
Well, almost a perfect play call against the blitz of the Aggies that time, Chris.
It was.
Giving up, 7 yards on that play, but...
Well, the blitz was coming from the left. They rolled the quarterback to the right. All the protection was to the right, and he just rolled away from it and bought time.
Pretty smart play, but...
that's a senior play right there by that senior quarterback. Graham's in again in the shotgun, takes a snap. He hands it off to Carroll off the left guard, and nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Avery Latham again on the tackle, joined by a host of white jerseys, purple helmets. We're down to 1:30 seconds left in the first half. Second down and 8.
So it looks like the Bulldogs can get a first down before the goal line, but now we're looking at second and 8 here.
Well, the ball's spotted on about the 13. So, they can get a first down inside the 5. Graham now moves his protection around. He sees something he doesn't like. He's going to take the ball, hands it to Carroll. It's on the ground. Graham picks it back up, and we got whistles coming in.
Well, I think it's a false start here, Chris. Maybe. We'll see.
Let's see if... I didn't see a flag go down. Did you?
No. But they certainly acted like there was. Very odd play. A drop there by Priceville.
And they're just nullifying the play.
Interesting.
Well, they're saying that's an incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down and 13. That makes sense now. Graham in the shotgun now, 3rd and 13. 40 seconds left in the first half. Blitz being shown. He's going to take the snap, rolls into it, goes back the other way. Being chased by Jake Harper. He's a hard one to get away from. Throws it away very wisely.
Very lucky.
28 seconds left in the first half. And Fairview dialed up the pressure, and they brought it.
They did, and he was very lucky to even get that ball away. But now they're looking at 4th and 14, and here comes the field goal unit.
Well, I did not get a chance to watch this field goal unit before the game for Priceville. they might be really good. I don't know. It's a left-footed kicker. The ball's going to be spotted on the 25. That's a 35-yard field goal. Snap is good. Hold is good. It's got plenty of leg, and it is through the uprights. Kick is good. 25 seconds left in the first half. Priceville gets on the scoreboard, 14-3. Man, that kick, 25-yard kick, it had probably 15 yards on it.
I was watching them in pregame, and their kicks look great. Their punts look great. So much improved from the last time we were here. But I can tell you that how important that was for them to get on the scoreboard before halftime and land 3 on the board. So, with 11 points down, we'll see how the Aggies respond, but that was huge for Priceville right there.
It was. It certainly was.
But yeah, it's been a very interesting half. We're going to be compiling some stats here and throw some at you at halftime because, it's just very interesting to watch these two styles, how similar they are. And as Priceville gets ready here to kick the ball off.
I think the big difference, Eric, is Fairview's a bit more balanced. Fairview's got that pass. They've got some receivers who can go up and make plays.
Oh, they do.
They got a quarterback who can deliver it. And if all you do is run, pretty soon you're going to face stacked lines.
Well, when you look down here at the sideline for Priceville, no disrespect, they've got some players, no doubt about it. But you would never guess they're a running first team.
There's the kick from the 40. Goes deep into the end zone for a touchback, and we'll get a play, maybe 2, before we break for halftime. And, stats going to be interesting at halftime because they've been moving the ball. Jake is doing exceptionally well this game. Let's see if Fairview runs the play or if they just decide to kneel it and take it in at half. They're in the huddle right now. Colt Rating's got 25 seconds. Ball's going to be spotted on the 20-yard line. And my guess is Harper will get it, and we'll see what happens. Rating takes the snap, hands it to Harper around the left side. He's got a seam up to the 30. He's going to get very close to the sticks. We're going to say pickup of about 9 for the senior, waiting to see the spot. 9 yards it is. Good run on first down. Don't know if we'll get another run, though.
Well, you've got 10 seconds left. I believe they're going to let it go. I am incorrect. They're going to run one more play here.
They're going to take the snap, hand it to Harper going on the right side. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, fights his way back to the 30 for no gain. And that's going to do it. At halftime, the score 14-3. We're going to take a quick break here on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and we'll come back with a 212 Insurance Group halftime show. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Are you looking for a reliable ride at the lowest prices in town with financing? PNC Auto has you covered. Finance options for all credit types, good, bad, or ugly. Plus, a free vehicle report is available for each listing. You can get pre-qualified today online at mypcauto.com. And they offer a free 90-day powertrain warranty or free maintenance for a year. No, we're not kidding. Chad Johnson and Paul Carpenter are ready to help you drive away happy today. Chad is available at 256-493-2491, or Paul can be reached at 256-339-9932. PNC Auto on Highway 278 just past the Methodist Church, or online at mypcauto.com.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning Their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Welcome back to the 212 Insurance Halftime Show. 212 Insurance Group, providing that extra degree of service that you deserve. And you know, Eric, I'm not just a friend. I'm actually a customer at 212. Couldn't be happier with the service we get. Before we turn it over to you for the stat breakdown in that first half, I've got the penalty breakdown, and it was costly, especially for Priceville. They ended up with 4 penalties for a total of 35 yards, but they were costly penalties, providing first downs when Fairview needed it most. Fairview had 2 penalties for 12 yards, one of which took points off the board, but they got the touchdown right back. What did you see stat-wise in the first half, Eric?
Well, Chris, strong run heavy here, but we've got Jake Harper had 14 rushes for 106 yards and 1 touchdown. We've got Rex Chandler with another 4 rushes for 23 yards. Colt Redding, 5 rushes, 20 yards. On the passing end of things, we've got Colt Redding, 4 for 4, 18 yards. Then we've got Connor Scott, 1 for 1 for 10 yards and a touchdown. So that accounts for both of their scores right there. So overall, we've got strong, defensive pressure here. As I look down the stat sheet, I've got 10 names here. We've got half tackles. We got 2-3 tackles apiece. I mean, obviously the Lathams, leading the pack. Avery Latham leading the charge there with 4 tackles. But, honestly, it's been a team effort for sure.
Oh, absolutely. The defense has been phenomenal in the first half. You've given up 3 points to a very, very solid Priceville team, who are just playing lights out football.
Interesting enough, Chris, Priceville themselves, they've only attempted, I believe, 4 passes the entire half.
Wow.
So you got 4 passes versus, I think it's 24 rushing attempts. So not a lot of yards there either. I think we held them to about 24 yards total. Not sure about that. I'll have to recap, but.
Well, I've got their stats, and I'm going to look at those during the break. They moved the ball a little bit, but they shot themselves in the foot consistently.
Well, it was the timing of that too.
And it was always at the worst times.
Correct.
Honestly, I think the second half, I think this is going to come down to a turnover. We haven't seen any turnovers this year. Fairview's at about a +9 in the turnover category and are very good at getting the ball. If they do that, it might be too much for Priceville to overcome.
Yeah, and I agree. So if you're just joining us, it's the Fairview Aggies 14, the Priceville Bulldogs 3 at halftime. So, a lot of runs this game, but I tell you what, hard-nosed defense really by both teams, but the play calling has been really key because the Aggies have been able to throw the ball at key opportunities.
They have. When we come back, Eric, we're going to talk a little bit more stats, the breakdowns, and what's happening across the region. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in about 50 seconds. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Fairview leads 14-3 at halftime.
Powering the good life. That's what Coleman Electric Cooperative does. Reliable, affordable electricity to keep your home running and Sprout Fiber Internet to keep you connected with blazing fast Wi-Fi for home, school, and work. They are proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who bring energy and pride to our community every single day. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet, powering the good life.
In 1952, 7 men at an aluminum plant banded together and started Lister Hill Credit Union with only $5 each. Today, more than 92,000 have joined us, continuing the legacy of supporting themselves and the community through Lister Hill. It's all about we and what we can do together.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I'm Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Eric Brenneman. You're listening to the 212 Insurance Halftime Show. And right now, Fairview leads 14-3. Priceville gets the ball coming out of the half, Eric. And in that first half, Sheldon Graham, he ran for about 5 yards. He had a couple of sacks that, knocked his totals down a little bit. Colton Madewell had some good runs, but for the most part, they moved the ball through the air and with some timely penalties. And with about 60 yards passing, not what we expected to see out of this Bulldogs team.
No, not at all. But, they showed their grit there. They hung with the plan to a fault almost.
Well, I understand you've got some scores around the region. Is that correct, Eric?
I'm trying to compile these right now, Chris. What I can tell you, I think I just saw a little surprise. Let's see. And these keep moving around. But the Hamilton Aggies are playing the Good Hope Raiders tonight. Hamilton actually up 21-14 at halftime.
Wow.
That's one I didn't see coming.
Did not see that one coming at all.
No, and I was trying to see if I could see Columbia at all and update you on that score. I will get to that. We're just gonna go through here and see Ardmore.
All right.
Up big over Lawrence County, 34-8 right now.
Not a big surprise there. And the Bearcats in Columbia 0-0, nothing reported so far in that game. Fogville Blue Devils 0-0 against Susan Moore. Vinemont 0-0 against Gordo. Nothing reported yet. So that's pretty much all the games in the region that we've got updates on. We'll give you more as we get them. Right now, the Fairview band is out on the field. Man, this band is fantastic, Eric.
No, I agree. It's a far cry from me and you were in school. They just kept adding and adding to it every year. And this is impressive. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I don't know if you remember or not, but when we were in school, we both graduated at Hartselle. The band had some of the ugliest uniforms I ever saw. They looked like the Hamburglar from the McDonald's commercial. They had the big flat hat with the red trench coat. And I swear they looked like the Hamburglars with instruments.
They did. They did.
Fairview does not. Fairview looks
they look first class. And, as does Priceville for that matter. Both bands actually are very good. Priceville's got kind of a reputation going, but listen to Fairview right now, I gotta say, man, this is pretty cool. I'm really impressed.
You look across the way, the Fairview stands are packed.
Well, I tell you what, nobody really comments on the band. Everybody wants to talk football.
The band is vital.
They deserve their minutes of fame here because they put in just as much work. And my daughter's in the band, so I can understand it. But they do. They look well coached, if you want to say, and they're sounding great.
Very, very well led. But Fairview's band, they always perform well, and they're a vital part of the Friday Night Live experience. Fairview's,
that's right.
Fairview's fans travel exceptionally well. Priceville is absolutely full to the gills. This place is loud and has been rocking all night. Beautiful weather for football too, Eric.
No, this is perfect. Not too cold. No cloud in the sky at all. And, you couldn't ride it any better than this, Chris.
No, you could not. Well, Fairview's band's going off the field now. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with Priceville's band here in a moment. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. At halftime, Fairview leads 14-3. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, Coleman drivers. Are you tired of the hassle and confusion when it comes to buying a car? Well, we've got fantastic news for you. Meet Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Coleman, your go-to guy for a no-nonsense car buying experience.
Hey, folks. Adam here. Buying a car shouldn't be stressful. That's why at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on transparency, trust, and there's never any BS at MS.
That's right. Adam Aker and the Mitch Smith Chevrolet team are changing the game.
I live and breathe Coleman, just like you. So when you step into our showroom, you're not just another customer, you're family. Together, we'll find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs and budget. Remember, Adam Aker, Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Plus One Heating and Air. We believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama, and the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. And I am joined by the band mom, Michelle. How are you doing, Michelle?
I am awesome tonight, Chris. How are you?
I am fantastic. If I was any better, there'd be two of me and my wife would be in an asylum somewhere.
But you are an Alabama fan.
I am an Alabama fan, and you know what? That just proves that I'm one of God's chosen people. Okay, roll tide. But I want you to know I did pick Auburn to win tomorrow. I think they're going to upset.
I hope so.
I think Georgia has fallen that far.
Yes.
So, I'm not throwing shade. I wouldn't do that.
I don't like Georgia anyway.
Right. Well, I was actually throwing shade at Auburn, but that's okay. So tell me what's going on with the Fairview band. They've looked great this year. What kind of competitions have you guys got coming up?
We have got Scottsboro coming up this Saturday. These guys have worked so hard on this show. We're so proud of them.
They look good, and every year it seems like they get better. It seems like the song selection's a little bit better. How many seniors does the band have this year?
We have 7, I believe. 7? Yes, and the seniors pick the show every year. So the seniors picked this show this year. This year is a lot different because they are actually singing in part of the performance.
Right.
The whole band.
Right. It's a good thing I wasn't a band member at Fairview because I would have been voting for something crazy.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, like one of the Waffle House theme songs.
Oh, I want a rap show, but we all don't get what we want.
No, we do not. We do not, Roll Tide. But, the season so far for Fairview, getting to the football side of things, they're getting it done.
Yes,
and
they are.
This is a big challenge tonight. If we get over this hurdle, it has some major implications for the playoffs. We might talk about that. We might not. Nothing's official yet, and I don't want to let any cats out of the bag. But Fairview also has a big, big test coming up at the end of the season.
Yes.
Good Hope's coming to town, and Good Hope is no joke.
And they are still undefeated, I believe.
They are.
Yes.
They are. They've got, I want to say, 3 shutouts on the year, playing lights out football both sides of the ball.
And plus there's 2 Coleman County teams competing.
Well, they're looking good. Vinemont's looking good this year. Coleman, not so much.
Coleman is playing Columbia tonight, so there might be hope.
I have to say, this might be the night Columbia breaks that streak.
We'll see.
There's no way of knowing. So, does the band have any fundraisers, anything coming up? We
are actually selling sheets right now, raising money the kids are for their band fees every year.
Okay, like bed sheets?
Bed sheets, $45 a set. They are amazing sheets.
Well, Michelle, I want you to do something for me. Can you send me a link to that?
I sure can.
Because I've got a 13-year-old boy who's constantly wearing stuff out, and
yes,
we can order not just order some sheets and take care of my son, which is a good thing in itself, but also help out a great cause.
Yes, because we get no funding. This is all in-house that we do ourselves, parents and the students, to raise money to pay for the gas for the buses, the music we have to purchase to perform every year, plus our expenses with our instruments.
And you guys do such a great job every season. And I've always said this. In fact, I said it tonight. What the bands do, the work that they put in is every bit as hard as what the football team does.
It does, yes.
And you might say, well, they're not getting hit by a 250-pounder. No, but they're standing in a parking lot in 100-degree Alabama heat for hours on end.
Carrying their instruments.
Yeah. And it is physically demanding, and they do a great job. And to all the grown-ups who have been supporting them for as long as we've been part of Fairview, thank you so much for the work.
It's all for the kids. Everything we do is for these kids.
Well, and that's worthwhile. Would you like to say anything to the old man? He's at home listening right now.
Yes, because he's probably already in bed already. But
Probably.
War Eagle, sir.
Well, you heard it from Michelle. I'm not going to repeat that blasphemy. I'll just say Roll Tide. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the start of the second half. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Fairview leads 14-3.
Hey, Coleman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Coleman likes it.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband, providing internet service since 2004. Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I am Christopher Greer, and the Priceville Bulldog Band still on the field. We're going to touch a little bit more on what we saw in that first half here on the 212 Insurance Group halftime show. Fairview moved the ball. That's the big thing I could say. They picked up the first down when they needed to. They moved the sticks. Harper already over 100 yards, and Jay Stevens looking good. Colt Redding has been making every throw he needs to. When I look at this Priceville team, I see a gutsy, challenging team that I think is a year away from where they're going to be. Next year, they're going to be rough, guys. No joke. But this year, I don't know if they have the horsepower to come back. They're going to get the ball first after the halftime break, and we'll see what they can do. But so far, Fairview's been able to bend but not break. That last drive, they drove the length of the field. It was almost entirely through the air. There was some good pitches and catches, but in the end, they were not able to punch it into the end zone. And that was enough to keep them out and force them to kick the extra point, which that was huge for Fairview. I thought Fairview was going to kick one at one point, but penalties allowed them to move the ball and pick up the first down and then the touchdown. Coming back after half, like I said, you're going to see Sheldon Graham, senior quarterback, leading his team onto the field. He's going to have Colton Madewell, the running back, beside him. He's probably got about 20 yards or so. Not getting a lot done on the ground tonight, but through the air, they've got about 60 yards or so total offense. Fairview, meanwhile, is rolling. And speaking of rolling, we're going to roll into a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have the start of the second half. Fairview leads 14-3. This has been the 212 Insurance Group halftime show, providing the extra degree of service that you deserve. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be right back after these messages on Friday Night Live on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips with Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your fifth time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust, knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Looking to buy or sell your home? You can trust a team that treats you like family.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, a husband and wife real estate duo with deep roots and unmatched knowledge of the market.
We know every corner, every neighborhood, and what it takes to get you the best deal.
And our top priority, you. From your first showing to final closing, we're by your side every step of the way. Because when you work with us, you're not just a client, you're family. We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty. Real estate with heart, hustle, and hometown care.
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at the Warhurst Team Realtors.
Are you looking for a reliable ride at the lowest prices in town with financing? PNC Auto has you covered. Finance options for all credit types, good, bad, or ugly. Plus, a free vehicle report is available for each listing. You can get pre-qualified today online at mypcauto.com. And they offer a free 90-day powertrain warranty or free maintenance for a year. No, we're not kidding. Chad Johnson and Paul Carpenter are ready to help you drive away happy today. Chad is available at 256-493-2491, or Paul can be reached at 256-339-9932. PNC Auto on Highway 278 just past the Methodist Church, or online at mypcauto.com.
Welcome back to Friday Night Live. I am Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Brenneman. And Eric, that first half coming to an end. Both teams warming up, getting ready to go to the sidelines now. I think a lot's going to come down to two things in this second half. I think the first issue is going to be turnovers. We haven't seen one. I think if we do see one, it's going to really change the focus of this game and the direction that it's going. And secondly, who throws a better football? And right now, that goes to Colt Redding.
Yeah, absolutely. And with a strong run-heavy presence. But, yeah, not a lot of mistakes on either team. Priceville, I think, with only a couple penalties, but they came at key times that really set them back.
They sure did. All right, so I understand is that a hamburger or a cheeseburger?
It is. I heard how great these were before the game.
It's time to take a bite, and it's time to rate it on a scale. No pressure. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being I'm on my way to the hospital, and 10 being this is food nirvana.
Well, I tell you what, by the smell alone, it's a 10. So if you give me a minute here, we're gonna put it to the taste test.
That's right. When we will eventually get to the taste test, folks, and let you know. I am not afraid to have my color commentator be a guinea pig, and I've proven that through the decades, I believe.
Well, this is a trusted concession stand here, Chris. Right. It's going to be good.
Right. Well, Priceville and West Point always makes the best burgers.
Absolutely.
Priceville going to be receiving. They've got guys standing back on the 10-yard line to receive. And that's going to be Colton Madewell back deep, the running back. He's joined by Bronson Carroll.
Well,
now the kicking game for Fairview is deadly.
No,
4 turnovers in the kicking game this year.
Yeah, they have, but I tell you, if Priceville fields this cleanly, it's what they need to start the second half, but let's see if they can do that with the talent here of the Aggies.
Well, now we're about to have the Shattuck's Garage Door kickoff. More than just garage doors. Experience the Shattuck's difference. There's the kick. Colt Redding nails it fairly deep. It's going to be fielded at the 25, up across the 28. Gets out of a tackle, spins to his left.
Oh, wow.
Got Green up across the 30 to the 35.
Okay.
Going to be chopped down at the 36. Good field position for the Bulldogs. And
that was a pretty good return there, Chris.
It was.
Yeah, that's what they
had him corralled, but then he just shot out of there, man.
No, agreed. Yeah, that's what the Bulldogs needed to start the second half. But, Aggies, they look ready to go as well. So let's see what this first series looks like.
Graham out there at quarterback. He's got Carroll in the backfield beside him. 3 receivers to the near side. going from right to left in front of us. Ball spotted on the 37. There's the snap. Graham rolls to his left. There's a block in the back. He throws it out complete at the 40-yard line up to about the 42 before being forced out of bounds.
I don't see a flag, Chris.
I do not see one either. That was Carroll on the reception.
Even so, only a game 5. Yeah.
And Carroll's going to go to one of the wide receiver spots. Nope, now he shifts back to the man. They're killing me with these shifts.
You know, I'll tell you, I don't know if they're pulling us more or certainly not the Aggies.
Graham takes a snap. He's going to run it himself off the guard. There's a hold on one of our tackles. Wow. He's across midfield up to about the 46. Going to be a pickup of about 11 for the quarterback, and we've got an Aggie down waiting on a number
50.
And
he's going to run off the field, but he's doing it under his own power, so he's looking okay there. But it was 10 yards before we were able to even contact him on that run. So
it was an excellent play call.
Yeah, good
fooled
play.
Everybody.
Sure.
Graham has got Carroll beside him in the backfield. 3 receivers to the far side. He's had several high snaps. Here's another one. Takes it, rolls to his right. Got a lot of time. Now rolls back to his left. He's going to run it. 45, 40, across the 35, down to about the 31. Forced out of bounds after a pickup of 12. And a good run there for the senior quarterback, Eric.
Well, you know, that's what the Bulldogs needed this half. And the Aggies haven't necessarily done anything wrong here, but just, you know, the Bulldogs being able to put 2 together here. And now we're looking at, you know, on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 for Priceville.
1st and 10, Priceville down 14-3, looking to get in the end zone. Blitz being shown. Now they back out of it. Graham has got Carroll out there beside him. I think he's the better blocker of the running backs. He's definitely the bigger. They take the snap. Quick throw out to the left flat. It's complete at the 29. He's going to get up to about the 27, forced out of bounds. And let's see if I can get a name to go with that young man. That was Hudson Eubanks on the reception there for Priceville. They're going to say he got 5 yards all the way up to the 25. I didn't think he got that much, Eric. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 now for the Bulldogs.
There have been a few generous spots, nothing egregious, but yeah, you know, and that's might be expected.
For the most part, I can't complain about that.
No, not at all. But there have been a few times, a couple yards here and there, but
sure. Graham lines up, sends a man in motion now. That's Eubanks going in motion. He's going to roll to his right under pressure.
Oh, wow.
Gets away, and he's going to run it. He's across the 20 up to about the 17-yard line, and then he is blasted down.
We might have a late hit, maybe. Let's see what that is.
Waiting to see. On the tackle was Braxton Kilpatrick.
I think he picked it up.
And he did. He picked up the 1st down. Good run there by the quarterback.
Good call, too, by the way. That was not a late hit.
Well, he is definitely a good scrambling quarterback. We've seen him keep plays alive, Eric.
Yeah, just that alone will cause a few of those instances, but right call on the field.
Ball spotted on the 17, 1st and 10 from the 17. Graham's got Carroll beside him. Shotgun snap, whistle's blown.
Now we've got something. Timeout in Priceville.
Waiting to see. I think you are correct. How much time we got left in the
All right, we've got 10 minutes, 12 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that is going to be a timeout. Priceville with 10-12 left in the 3rd. Fairview leads 14-3. But Priceville's driving. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning Their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama and the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. We're about to have the official cheeseburger taste test, and Eric took a bite. Very dainty bite from my friend Eric. He's chewing. Priceville coming on the field now as he gets it down. We'll have a score here after this play. Graham in the shotgun. He's got Carroll beside him. There's a snap. He's going to look downfield. He's going to be brought down. Oh, no, he gets out of a tackle, dives out of another one, rolls out to the 10-yard line, back to the 12.
That's going to be close to a first.
That is a pickup of 5 yards, man. He made lemonade out of lemons right there. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being salmonella and 10 being Nirvana, how is the burger, Eric?
You know, I do have to say I want to give it a 9.
You're going to give it a 9?
I don't know if that's because I'm so hungry or it's that good, but I will give it credit. It's not a bad burger at all.
Well, I took a bite of one. I didn't have it quite that high, but it was up there. It was in the upper echelon of burgers. Graham in the shotgun takes a snap, hands it to Carroll. He goes off right guard, dives forward. Okay, he's going to get the sticks. He's going to be up to about the 6-yard line. That's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs. First and goal from about the 5.
Oh, we're going hurry up. The Bulldogs are. Here we go. Ready again.
Carroll stays in. Graham beside him. Shotgun snap, hands it to Carroll, goes off left guard. It's the exact same play, but this time he goes nowhere.
Well,
brought down by Latham number 1 and Latham number 2.
Great play by them. You know, needed that. They're snipping the end zone here. We got first and goal now from the 3?
Well, they actually lost a little bit of yardage on that play. It looks like back to about the 5.
You are correct.
Well, you know, I tell my wife all the time, if we could just start with that assumption, that it would save so much time in our marriage.
Well, we can't afford to have you any bigger head than you are.
Right, so. That's correct. I couldn't get in the buildings.
No,
it's going to
exactly.
be first and goal from the 5 now. Sheldon Graham in the shotgun. He's got a new running back out there with him. I believe that's Xavier Camel. He's going to roll to his left, looking to throw. Now he's got a man in the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown, Priceville. Pass was to Hudson Eubanks, and that's going to get Priceville on the board.
A rollout to the left there. Didn't look like a great idea, but was able to find him open in the end zone. So, score 6 for the Bulldogs. As now we're going to see what they do for the extra point. They look like they possibly might go for 2 here. Not sure what is going on, but
well, we've got fog machines going in the student section. They're getting a little rowdy.
All right, I'm going to rethink my score of the burger because they scored right after that.
Okay, yeah, please do. He takes bite number 2. The headset's in the way a little bit. The headset interfered. That's 5 yards for interference on the headset. Bite number 2 is now in session.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to rate it a little bit lower, just for the fact that the Bulldogs scored there when I said it was so great. So we're going to give it a 7.
A 7?
Okay.
Yeah, that's more in line with what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, we had a mix-up on the field with the football. Kickers use different balls. Not that I'm saying they're overinflated or underinflated or any other type of inflated.
Right.
Just they use different footballs than everybody else.
It's just the way it is.
Well, probably. No, I almost said something I shouldn't say, and you know what I almost said.
This is why you're supervised.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Right. We're still waiting on the sign from the officials. Now, I'm going to use my lip reading skills, Eric. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I'm an expert lip reader.
Well known.
Yeah, that guy, he was talking to Coach Redding, and he went up to Coach. He was asking something. I couldn't make it all out, but it was about the Hunger Games. Okay. There's some type of penalty on the field. It's going to move back the extra point try. And that's going to back it all the way up to about the 12-yard line.
I think what happened there, Chris, I think they were actually going to go for two, and they weren't able to pull that off and got a penalty and moved it back. So it looks like now they're going to kick it.
Well,
try to kick.
Now they're going to attempt the extra point. The score 14-9, 8:22 left in the third. Kicker on the field for Priceville. Left-footed kicker approaches. It's a high snap. Blocked. It's blocked. Connor Scott gets through the line. Colt Redding's with him. I couldn't tell which one of them blocked it. It was one of the two. It went nowhere. So that's going to make the score 14-9 with 8:22 left in the third. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Powering the good life. That's what Coleman Electric Cooperative does. Reliable, affordable electricity to keep your home running and Sprout Fiber Internet to keep you connected with blazing fast Wi-Fi for home, school, and work. They are proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who bring energy and pride to our community every single day. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet. Powering the good life.
In 1952, 7 men at an aluminum plant banded together and started Lister Hill Credit Union with only $5 each. Today, more than 92,000 have joined us, continuing the legacy of supporting themselves and the community through Lister Hill. It's all about we and what we can do together.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Priceville just tightened the score 14-9, but they missed the extra point. It was blocked by either Cole Redding or Jay Stevens. Now Priceville's going to kick it off very deep into the end zone. Touchback number 3 for the Bulldogs.
Well, the kicking game of the Bulldogs has really stepped up. But
it is, man. I mean, I knew that Fairview had a very dangerous kicking game.
Well,
Priceville's special teams has impressed me.
So miscue there puts them down by 5 points. So 14-9 lead for the Aggies with 8:22 left in the third quarter. So Aggies will have the ball here about the 20-yard line. First and 10.
Colt Redding in the shotgun. He's got Jake Harper beside him. He hands it off. No, he's going to run it himself to the right. Cuts back to the left. He's going to lower his shoulder and drag a defender. Maybe picks up a yard, but that's all, Eric. Not much there.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention, that drive by Priceville that allowed them to score. I credit the Priceville coaches for halftime adjustments.
Right.
I think they've obviously made some defensive adjustments as well. So the Aggies, I'm sure, have made adjustments of their own, and we'll be on the lookout for those.
Jay Stevens comes to the near sideline. Cole Redding in the shotgun, going from left to right. Fakes a handoff, runs to the right. He's got some blockers. He's going to get up to the 30, across the 30 to the 31. Big pickup of 11 yards.
We've got a flag on the play.
Oh, boy.
And block in the back on the Aggies. Unfortunate.
Yep.
That's going to move him back.
That's
10 yards.
That's going to be costly. We got to see what variety, if it's the personal foul variety. And it is.
They're marching way back.
It's going to be about second down and about 17 now for the Aggies. Ball's going to be spotted on about the 16-yard line. Colt Redding's out there with Jake Harper. Watch Harper start pounding this defense, Eric. Sort of like, Derrick Henry for Alabama used to be, those runs in the second half start breaking for 20 yards.
When you get the lead, that's the time.
Harper gets the carry off the right side. He's across the 20 up to the 23, pushing defenders forward. And Priceville coach very animated on that. Pickup of I'd say probably about 8 yards there, Eric, making this a makeable third down.
We're looking at 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 here, Chris.
3rd and 6. 3 receivers to the far side. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bubble screen. Colt Redding in the shotgun. Rolls to his left, looks downfield. Has a man, gets thrown incomplete up to about the 32-yard line.
That's close.
Waiting to see, that was Connor Scott on the reception, and pickup of about 6, and that'll be a Brandon Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
That looked like a good stop by the Bulldogs, but the Aggies able just to get that first down, and much needed.
It was good defense, but they were able to find that soft spot in the zone. Redding takes a step, hands it off to Harper. He goes to the left, finds a soft spot in the D line, shoots up to the 35-yard line, where he'll be chopped down after a pickup of about 4 yards, maybe 5.
I don't know if I would call it chop down. He's starting to chop down some of his own. Nice little mowed over a player there to make that game.
It's going to be second down at 6 for the Aggies. Harper stays on the field. Jay Stevens to the far side with Connor Scott. Colt Redding in his shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Harper. Goes off the right side, nowhere to go. They stacked that line, Eric. There were 9 guys in the box right there.
Yeah.
3rd and 6.
Tough call there on second down. So, Aggie's not able to do much run up the middle with that one. So, it looks like, as this game wears on, they're going to have to open up the playbook just a little bit. After the adjustments the Bulldogs have made.
3rd down and 6. The noisemakers are out. They are loud. Colt Redding of his shotgun takes it, rolls to his right, looks back, screen. It's caught. Got room, the 40, across the 50, to the 40, to the 30, 1 minute to beat, 20, 10, touchdown Aggies. Jay Stevens, oh my goodness, 65 yards to the house, and there are no flags on the field.
Well, just a second ago I said something about opening up the playbook. That was it right there. That was a great call right there. Screen pass, had the blockers, and sure enough, he just rumbled to the end zone.
What a pitch and what a catch. After the catch, great run by Jay Stevens.
Great play call at the right time.
It was. It was exactly what was needed.
And that's the thing. You can have the best playbook, but if you don't call them at the right time, it's useless. That was a great call right there.
Colt Redding comes on to attempt the extra point. Connor Scott the hold. There's the snap, the kick. It's up. The kick. It's good. 5:05 left in the third. The score 21-9. Fairview leads. We'll be right back after this minute 12 break. We'll be right back on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Coleman Appliance Repair is now Coleman Appliance and HVAC Repair. Now servicing your heating and air needs as well. Servicing most models and brands, they can be found on Facebook or Google for those appliance or HVAC repair needs. Proudly supporting Coleman area athletics and collegiate football. When that appliance or HVAC system frustrates you and you're in need of a repairman, Robert Brantley and his team are ready to help. They're available via call or text at 256-507-3415 or on Facebook, Google, or online at ColemanApplianceRepair.com. Alabama HVAC number 22238.
Founded in 1887, Coleman Savings Bank serves the people of Coleman with a full line of banking services. One of those services is their legacy checking account, available to those 50 plus, military, teachers, policemen, and firefighters. It features no monthly service charge, interest earned on any balance, free paper or e-statements, and 2 free boxes of checks per year, along with other features. You can stop by any one of 4 convenient locations and ask them about the legacy checking account, or visit www.colemansavingsbank.com for more information. Coleman Savings Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama, and the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. It's a pooch kick, fielded at the 25, up across the 30. And let's see where they're going to spot him down. I'm down at about the 40-yard line. Good return for the Priceville Bulldogs, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, starting off on the right foot on a drive, then hopefully they need to turn it into points, but the Aggies need to keep the pressure on.
They certainly do. And Fairview, has been, but, they didn't break up until that very, very last series. And Priceville was able to get it in the end zone. Graham comes out. He's got Carroll beside him in the backfield. He lines up in the shotgun, one wide receiver to the near side. Takes a snap. He's going to look deep. Now he's under pressure being chased. Drops back. Man, he can move. Throws it out. It's caught, but out of bounds. That was caught by Hudson Eubanks on the sideline, but just standing on the sideline. Man, that quarterback, Graham, he did such a good job of extending that play area just by moving his feet.
I was just looking at him doing that. He looked very athletic. I used to be able to do that, just so you know.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, I mean
exactly he looked like a basketball player.
I mean, in a good video, you could tell the difference.
Right. Graham lines up in the shotgun. He's got Carroll beside him. He's standing on about the 35. Slow snap. He rolls to his right, throws it out. It's caught up at about the 45-yard line. Diving forward to about the 48-yard line is Uriah Burnham.
They're going to mark it down at the 49. That was a good little juke there by the receiver.
It was. It's going to bring up third and very, very short for the Bulldogs. They're running some hosses onto the field. I think we're about to see an unbalanced line, Eric, if I had to guess. Coming onto the field for them, Jacob Allridge. He's a big offensive lineman. They're going unbalanced to the right. Carroll's in the backfield. Graham in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's going to run it to the left, and he's hit behind the line.
Huge play.
Oh, man, big play. That was not Graham. That was Colton Madewell, the running back, and he gets up very slow. Lost about 2.
Huge play. Huge hit.
That's going to be 4th and 3 now for the Bulldogs.
That's how you stop a run with authority. That's going to make the highlight reel. That was excellent.
Well, hey, I didn't see who made the hit on that running back. Jay Stevens made the hit. Our spotter just let us know. And, man, he blasted him. That was what we used to call a decleater. Graham lines up in the shotgun now. Now he's going to back up for a pooch kick, and there it is. Pooch punt is away. It's going to land at the 20, take a bounce for Priceville, down to the 15, down to the 11, and it's going to be touched dead there. We're going to take a quick break for about 40 seconds. Fairview leads 21-9, 3:17 left in the third.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck goose because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Tisha Brewer will make it easy and affordable to help protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'd do anything for, life insurance could mean everything.
I'm Tisha at Tisha Brewer State Farm. We're located behind Cook's Pest Control at 909 Fisher Street. You can reach us at 256-734-4645. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know, we have one of the coolest places right here in Coleman. It's Cleaning and More Coleman on County Road 437. Cleaning and More Coleman has reliable and professional residential and commercial cleaning services tailored to your needs. And I know because we use Cleaning and More Coleman at the Warhurst Team Realtors for our buyers and sellers. Cleaning and More Coleman is more than just cleaning supplies. They have janitorial supplies like trash can liners of all sizes, cleaning supplies, mops, brooms, paper towels, they have it all. Plus concession stand and restaurant supplies like cups, cutleries, plates, to-go containers, bags, straws, nacho trays, even popcorn bags. Cleaning and More Coleman has it all. Need climate control storage? How about 10 by 10, 10 by 15, and 10 by 20 units? And they even have the U-Haul trucks to carry your stuff. You can check them out at cleaningandmorecoleman.com. You can get info at cleaningandmorecoleman.com, or the way I like, you can dial them up at 256-736-9944. 256-736-9944. Cleaning and More Coleman. County Road 437. Under the big white sign with the U-Hauls. Plus One Heating and Air. We believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service. Hey, Coleman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Coleman likes it.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Colt Redding takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to the left side, and that's going to be Jake Harper on the carry for about 2 yards, Eric. Not a lot there. Well defended by Priceville.
Yeah, as we're getting close here to the end of the third quarter, Chris, we've got 40 seconds to go. Priceville, just methodical. No hurry here, just running the ball at will. Mm-hmm. And I say that Priceville is not rolling over at all.
No.
They've still got the effort. You can see it. The coaches are animated. So it's just, you can't stop this force of Aggies, though.
Cole Redding in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, rolls to his right. He's under pressure, throws it out to Jay Stevens, and did he catch it? No, incomplete. Couldn't quite get his hands under it. Cole Redding under pressure had to get rid of that ball, Eric.
Well, he did. One of the few passes there, but that's going to bring up third down. And with 11 seconds to go in the quarter, so I believe we're going to get one more play out of the Aggies here before we start the fourth.
The score 21-9. Fairview driving. Cole Redding in the backfield. Jake Harper beside him. 2 receivers to either side. Now Harper goes in motion. They fake a screen. Now they're going deep. They got a man complete at the 40.
Wow.
He's going to be knocked down at about the 26-yard line.
Slow to get up there.
Slow to get up. I believe that was Jay Stevens on that. Took a big hit at the end of that play.
I think they got their legs tangled. If I had the replay there, I think they just got the legs tangled, hopefully.
What was that, about a 55-yard reception?
That was about at least 45. Interesting play call. You're up against the end of the quarter there and opting to pass the ball on third and long, and they do it. As the referees of the trainers attend to the Aggie that is down on the field still.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to make this about a 39-second break. We'll be right back after these messages on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Cut.
In today's world, broadband internet is an absolute necessity. Unfortunately, the large cable and phone companies only provide broadband internet where it's profitable for them. For the rest of us, there's Cyber Broadband. Providing internet service since 2004, Cyber utilizes a small radio antenna to deliver broadband where cable and DSL don't go. You can join the 21st century today with Cyber Broadband, supporting streaming, VPN access, and everything else you've been wanting to do with that slow internet connection. It's Cyber Broadband for the win. They can be found online at cyberbroadband.net or look them up on Facebook.
When it comes to securing a home loan, you want someone who knows the ropes and can guide you every step of the way. That's where Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage comes in.
I'm Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage Group. You can reach me at 256-338-2920. And whether it's your first time buying a home or your fifth time, we'd love the opportunity to serve you and your family in all your home financing needs.
Josh Phillips and Maven Mortgage. Their name says it all. Experience you can trust, knowledge that works for you. With one phone call, you can take the next step toward your dream home with Josh Phillips of Maven Mortgage. Your home, your future. Josh Phillips at Maven Mortgage. 256-338-2920. 256-338-2920. NMLS number 338177.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, where it's getting deep here in Priceville, Alabama. Score at the start of the fourth quarter, 21-9, and Fairview is driving. They've been able to move the ball. Jay Stevens got a little bit shook up on that last play, but he got up and walked off under his own power, Eric.
Well, 36-yard gain catch right there by Jace. I believe the legs got tangled up, but he did get up and walk off under his own power, so a good sign there as we flip the field for the fourth quarter, and the Aggies up 21-9.
Well, now Fairview's going from right to left in front of us. Ball spotted on the 27-yard line. Fairview in their away white jerseys with white pants, purple helmets. Colt Rating lines up in the shotgun, hands it off to Jake Harper, goes off left guard, patiently picks his way up to about the 25-yard line. Pickup of, we're going to say about 2 yards on that carry, Eric. And, again, clock keeps on ticking.
You know, the Aggies, all of them, look calm, collected, know what they've got to do. Obviously, it helps to have the lead, but, you know, they're content to just keep running until Priceville can stop them. And I don't know that they can, but, you know, moving the chains, eating up the clock, and that's how they're going to do it here tonight. So we'll see.
11:30 left in this ball game. Fairview leads 21-9, but they're knocking on the red zone door. Harper's in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff to him. Rating runs it off left tackle. He's across the 20, drags defenders up to about the 16. A flag comes in late.
Interesting, Chris.
Going to be a hold. That's going to be a holding call on the Aggies.
That's unfortunate. Great play call. Great execution, except for holding now on the Aggies. So they're going to be pushed
would have been
back.
a first down.
Yeah, that's going to hurt them. They can't do too much of that. They have the lead, Chris, but they cannot let any ray of light come in through for Priceville with 11:11 to go in this game.
Well, let's see how far back they're going to move them.
Oof.
It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It'll move the ball back to about the 35-yard line. And it's going to be second down about 17 from the 30. I'm sorry, make that 35.
So, quick score update in just a minute.
Colt Rating of his shotguns, takes a snap, runs it himself to the right, he gets around the edge.
Ooh.
He has one guy to beat and can't beat him, gets up to the 30-yard line. Good run there of about 6 yards for Rating, but that's all he got. Go ahead with the update.
Got a quick score update. We've got the Hamilton Aggies 28, the Good Hope Raiders 14. Now in just the third quarter there, so a little surprising. More scores to come, Chris.
Fairview looks to the sideline, letting that clock run. Play clock down to 15. Game clock down to 10:20. They hustle to the line of scrimmage now. Clock's under 10. Harper beside Rating. Rating takes a snap, hands it to Harper. Reverse. It's a reverse pass. Connor Scott going to throw. Now he's going to run. He's up across the 30, up to about the 26-yard line. And it's going to bring up fourth down and 10 for the Aggies.
I think that play was all about making Priceville Bulldogs think about something else. Still was able to gain some, but it's going to be fourth down.
This is within Colt Rating's field goal range, but I don't think they're going to kick it. I think they're going to go for it.
By the way, new update, Hamilton Aggies 28, Good Hope Raiders 21.
Good Hope ain't going to quit. 4 seconds on the play clock. Send a man in motion. They give the snap off. Throw it out to Connor Scott. Call it complete at the 20. Up across the 15. And he'll be brought down at about the 12. But is there a flag? There is a flag. Of course there is a flag. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift it is. Wow. That's
on
tough.
The Aggies.
That's tough. A good slant pass play, but illegal shift will push them back yet again. That's tough. That was a fourth down play, so they were able to pick it up, but now they're going to be forced to, let's see if they force the kick.
No, they won't. They'll get to replay third down. They should.
You're correct. We're looking at third down and
third down about 15. Ball spotted on the 31, and the crowd is getting noisy. The natives, Eric, are restless.
Well, it's do or die for them right now with 9:24 left.
4th and 17. It is 4th down. Colt Redding in his shotgun. Harper beside him. Look for a pass. And they get him to jump. Where's the flag? There's the flag. Encroachment. We'll take 5 yards of that back. And we'll run.
That's pretty unusual there, Chris. Usually it's the offense jumping, but defense giving them 5 yards back. So still looking at 4th down. Offense still on the field for the Aggies.
9:17 left in the ball game.
It's 4th and 10.
Fairview has the lead 21-9. Boy, they've got a 4th and 10.
A ton of confidence here in that offense. Keeping them on the field on 4th and 10.
Jake Harper out there with Colt Redding. 2 receivers either side. He's going to hand it off. Nope, fakes it. Now he's going downfield. Has Jake Stevens at the goal line. He's got it caught at about the 4-yard line. Wow.
No flags. No
flags. About a 20-yard pitch and catch to Jay Stevens. And that's a Brandon Iron Steakhouse. First down for the Aggies.
Very nice play right there.
Man, it's good to have that kind of weapon. Whenever you need it, they're going to run it off the right side. Not a lot there, Eric. Maybe picks up a couple of yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal now from about the 5.
Well, you know the name of the game now. 8:25 left in the game. They're content just to keep that clock running, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Right. I mean, they would happily kneel it out if they could right here.
Well, you know, both teams with 2 timeouts still, so we're down to 8:10 left in this game.
2 yards clock.
2 yards for a touchdown to go here for the Aggies.
Redding takes it. He's going to hand it off to Harper. He goes off the left side. He's going to be very close. Touchdown, Aggies.
Boy, very tough on that Bulldog defense to defend that.
5-yard touchdown run by the big senior, Jay Harper.
That was just power football. You know, tough to defend that. Even if you're in position, you've got Jake Harper running downhill and able to get that ball in the end zone. So now,
we talked about how good this defense was in the pregame, Eric. This is a defense that's been averaging giving up 7 a game. You know, but then again, it's like Coach Parker said, they haven't played against anybody like Jake Harper.
Well, you know, that just shows you what kind of special team these Aggies are. You know, they've got a lot of playmakers, and it's showing tonight.
Colt Redding on to attempt the extra point. Score 27-9. There's the snap. The kick is up. The kick is good. 7:45 left in the ball game. Fairview extends the lead 28-9. We'll be right back after this message. Friday Night Live on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell your home? You can trust a team that treats you like family.
We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty, a husband and wife real estate duo with deep roots and unmatched knowledge of the market.
We know every corner, every neighborhood, and what it takes to get you the best deal.
And our top priority, you. From your first showing to final closing, we're by your side every step of the way. Because when you work with us, you're not just a client, you're family. We're the Warhurst Team Realtors at SR4 Realty. Real estate with heart, hustle, and hometown care.
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at the Warhurst Team Realtors.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I'm Christopher Greer, joined by my partner in crime, Eric Brenneman. Eric, what did you see that jumped out to you on that last drive?
Well, consistency.
Right.
You know, I mean, they had a few penalties there. They didn't let it deter them, but able to kind of do what they've been doing all game long, and that's march down the field, able to get that ball in the end zone to increase that lead now to 28-9 with, 7:45 left in this game.
Colt Redding gets ready to attempt the kickoff. And it's going to be a pooch kick out to the 25, fielded there up to the 30, to the 35, shakes a defender. Very good run out to the 45 before finally being forced out. Good return for Priceville.
And you know, Chris, so we've still got a little bit of time left in this game, but you know, however it turns out, Priceville has really nothing to be ashamed of. Yeah, they've scored 9, but you know, just watching them play to play.
You're playing the number 3 team in
well,
the state.
That's it. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to look a little off.
Sure.
But you know, they still got the effort. We're here late in the 4th. Coaches are still, you know, cheering them on, coaching.
They're still coaching. They're still teaching.
They're all in there. Nobody has quit on this Bulldog team for sure.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball's going to be spotted on the 47. And we have a wishbone set now. This is something we haven't seen yet. They're going to fake the handoff. Now they're going to run the option. Now they're going to pass it. It's complete in the left flat. Up to the 50, across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Pickup of about 5 for the Bulldogs, and on the pass that time was the running back, Colton Madewell. Man, they shift guys around like crazy.
That was a very interesting formation, but
Carroll is out there with Madewell, and Graham, the senior quarterback, is not out there. Waiting to see who lines up where. They line up in a 3-back set. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off the left side. Carroll takes it. He's going to roll forward. He's going to be very close to the sticks. It's going to depend on if it's a left foot or right foot spot. He was brought down at about the 42. Make that the 43. And they're going to say he's a couple of inches short, Eric. That's going to be like 3rd down and lessen the length of the ball.
Well, I think the Aggie defense now, you know, are content to keeping it between the sidelines, keep this clock moving.
6:25 left in the ball game. The Aggies lead 28-9.
We got 3rd and 1 here, Chris.
3rd and 1.
Bulldogs.
Carroll in the backfield. They're going to run it with Madewell. He goes off right guard across the 40 up to the 35. Pickup of about 10. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Priceville Bulldogs. Ball spotted on the 35-yard line. Clock still ticking away, boys. Down to 5:58 left in the ball game. Fairview up 28-9. Madewell in the backfield. He's going to take the snap, looks to his left, rolls it out. It's almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of his receiver. Aiden Batts had a chance at it and couldn't bring it in, Eric.
Well,
very nearly a turnover.
And I do have a little update here for you tonight, Chris. You know, as I selected this pick before the game of the winless Columbia team, I thought they could upset tonight. They're now down 37-0. I'm heartbroken.
Well, I mean,
but I'm going to tell you.
But what quarter is it in?
Yeah.
Okay, what quarter is it in?
Pretty sure it's the 4th, but I can tell you it's coming. Just wait.
So you're saying the fat lady's not singing, she's just warming up.
There's a chance. Yeah.
2nd down and 10 now. Quarterback takes the snap, rolls to his right, throws it out, and dropped. Had it right in the hands of his wide receiver, and he started running before he brought it in. A very common mistake. That was case and draw ball on the attempt, and he couldn't bring it in, Eric. Bronson Carroll, the running back, on the pass.
I think we scared him into dropping that one, Chris.
I'm going to say you did that, Eric. I mean, he knew possible. You were in the stadium, and he just didn't want it. I didn't want it.
You know, I've always had that effect. I didn't want to take credit, but thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
The pressure's enormous. We got 5:37 left in the ball game. Fairview up 28-9. Clock stopped on the incomplete. Carroll in the shotgun, takes the snap. Now he's looking downfield, looking deep. Heaves it up into double coverage. Interception.
Well,
Connor Scott on the interception. And we had contact in the end zone. I don't see any flags. Got 2 guys down. Looks like one of them's the official.
Yeah, the official in the middle of that collision. And honestly, if that official doesn't go down, they might throw the flag on us. But regardless, they're helping him up now.
Colt Redding ran into the official. The official very slow to get up. Colt Redding's getting up kind of slow. I mean, he was not expecting that. They're going to check on that official. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. Fairview's got the ball 28-9. 5:20 left in the game.
Are you looking for a reliable ride at the lowest prices in town with financing? PNC Auto has you covered. Finance options for all credit types, good, bad, or ugly. Plus, a free vehicle report is available for each listing. You can get pre-qualified today online at mypcauto.com. And they offer a free 90-day powertrain warranty or free maintenance for a year. No, we're not kidding. Chad Johnson and Paul Carpenter are ready to help you drive away happy today. Chad is available at 256-493-2491, or Paul can be reached at 256-339-9932. PNC Auto on Highway 278 just past the Methodist Church, or online at mypcauto.com.
Live 95 is brought to you in part by Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, now with several locations across the state, but still located in the heart of Coleman County. They are a proud sponsor of Coleman Community Radio on Live 95. Merchants Bank of Alabama, a division of South Point, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Priceville, Alabama, Fairview, the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, and we've got a conference with the officials now on about the 5-yard line, waiting to see what that's going to be. One of them signaled Fairview has possession. We're waiting to see where the ball will be spotted. Should be spotted on the 20, my guess.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be the call, Chris.
All right, this official's coming over to talk to Priceville, and well, there won't be any talking. It's going to be Fairview ball. First and 10 on the 20.
We got 5:27 left in this game, Chris. Fairview has control. All they need to do here is just get a few first downs.
Chandler's out there in the backfield with Colt Redding. Connor Scott, who had the interception, lines up to the near side. You got 3 receivers to the far side. And head official had to go over and talk to Coach Redding. Now he's coming over to talk to Coach Parker. I'm going to use my lip reading skills to interpret and tell you what he's saying. Now, all right, he's talking about, I just caught Star Wars. And I saw Disney, and he pointed down, okay? So I'm not sure what that means, but you can kind of surmise whatever you would surmise from that. Now he runs back to take up position. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Aggies. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line. Redding takes the snap, hands it to Chandler. He goes off right guard, pulls his way forward. It's going to pick up about 1.5 yards. We'll call it a yard on first down. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, you know, a lot of pressure on these Bulldogs right now. You got the clock ticking. Still having 2 timeouts. Not sure if they're going to try to use them here, but
5 minutes left in the ball game. If they stop them here, I would expect them to use the timeout, Eric.
Yeah.
I've got to say, Priceville looks good. These are new uniforms from what I remember last year. Yellow helmets, black decals with black jersey and black pants. Redding takes a snap. He hands it off to Chandler, goes around the right side, gets the edge. He's tripped up, and he's going to roll forward to about the 25-yard line. Pickup of about 2, maybe 3. You know, they're saying his knee went down. No gain. 3rd and 8.
But you know what that does, Chris? Clock keeps ticking.
It does.
4:20 left in the game. You mentioned the Priceville uniforms. I'm thankful enough because it's so much easier to read.
I know. I have seen some gray on gray uniforms this year, and I'm just like, okay, who thought that was a good idea? Because whoever that was should never be allowed to pick anything.
That's right.
Redding in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He's going to run it himself, going off the left side. And he dives forward up to the 26-yard line. Pickup of about 3, but it's going to bring up 4th down and 4. I expect we're going to see Jay Stevens come out and boom one of his punts. Let the defense play.
You know, I haven't seen any personnel leave the field, Chris. I'm not so sure. Let's see. 3.5 minutes to go here. Yep, here they come. We got a timeout on the field.
Well, they are going to take a timeout on the field. We're going to take one as well. We've got 3:32 left. The score 28-9. Fairview leads. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network.
Guthrie's Auto Service has been providing quality automotive service since 1985. Located in Coleman on Eva Road, just north of 157, Guthrie's Auto Service is a AAA approved and Napa Auto Care Center, meaning their repair work is warranted up to 3 years or 36,000 miles. And because they're part of the Napa Auto Care Network, their work is also warranted at over 14,000 Napa Auto Care locations across the country. Terry Guthrie and his team are award-winning, collecting Napa's Auto Care Center of the Year for the Nashville Distribution Center and a People's Choice Award in 2020. More information is online at Guthrie'sAutoservice.net.
Powering the good life. That's what Coleman Electric Cooperative does. Reliable, affordable electricity to keep your home running and Sprout Fiber Internet to keep you connected with blazing fast Wi-Fi for home, school, and work. They are proud to support the student athletes, cheerleaders, and band members who bring energy and pride to our community every single day. Coleman Electric Cooperative and Sprout Fiber Internet, powering the good life.
All right, we're back here tonight in Priceville. The Fairview Aggies up 28, Priceville Bulldogs 9 as the Aggies on offense.
Get ready to kick it away. 4th down and about 4. There's a snap. Good kick. Backs him up all the way to bounces of a 30. Takes a Fairview bounce to a 25. Man, that's about a 50-yard kick there.
And Price, I believe they outkicked the coverage on that one, Chris.
They did, but luckily they outkicked the return man too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And I did want to mention, Chris, Priceville, I don't think a soul has left the stadium. Yeah, they're down by 19, but nobody has left. This shows what kind of support this school has. A love for the program and each other. So, really proud of these Bulldogs, and I know they're proud of each other, and they should be.
Priceville comes on the field. They need points. Sheldon Graham back at quarterback. He's got Carroll beside him. 2 receivers to either side. Sends a man in motion. Takes a quick throw out to the left or to the right. It's caught at about the 25 up across the 30. That's his primary target, Uriah Burnham, the senior. They like getting it out to him. That's an 11-yard pickup and a first down for the Bulldogs. Good pitch and catch there, Eric.
Yeah, nice plays by the Bulldogs. Again, no quit in this team, so 3-man front for the Aggies.
Graham takes a snap, rolls to his left. He's looking, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of his wide receiver. And one of his receivers got blasted on that side. He's getting up very slow and very ginger. I didn't see who got the hit on him, but whoever it was, he got his money's worth.
Well, it's awfully hard on offense when you're trying to, kind of do things that you're not used to doing. That's not your bread and butter. I think that's mostly what that was there, but good defense.
3:09 left in the football game. Fairview has the lead 28-9. Ball spotted on the 37-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Graham takes a snap, rolls to his left. Looking downfield, has a man in the flat, is caught behind the line. He gets maybe 2 yards, and that is it. Brought down by a white wave of jerseys. Couldn't see who made the tackle, and you got to love that on defense. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, way to stay on top of them there. Don't give them an inch. Close out this game. Finish strong. And we've got going down to 2.5 minutes now as the Bulldogs come to the line for 3rd down.
3rd down and long. Graham in the shotgun. D-line's going to pin their ears back and go. Now they're looking to change plays. 10 seconds on the play clock. And 2:26 on the game clock. 3 seconds. Now there's the snap. He's looking downfield. There's a flag on the ground. Couldn't see what the call was. My guess is coming back for a hold. It was dropped by the back judge. And let's wait and see what the sign is. And it's going to be an illegal shift against the Priceville Bulldogs. Hamilton is going to win it 28-21 over Good Hope.
Didn't call that one, Chris.
No, none of us did, Eric. You know, if I had to say the one thing that's cost this Priceville team the most in this ball game, Eric, I'd have to say it'd be penalties. They've had penalties at the most inopportune times.
Certainly hasn't helped at all. You're correct.
It's going to bring up third down and about 12. Ball's backed up all the way to the 36-yard line. Graham in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Blitz being shown. Harper comes off the edge, tries to play it. It's a quick pitch out to the flats, and it's read well by Aiden Batts.
Wow.
And he's joined by a bunch of his friends. They're going to lose about 6 yards on that completion. It's going to bring up 4th and 18.
Tough play from that one. They almost broke free, but Aiden Batts able to slow him up and up until his friends came to help.
Well, you know, if you're a defensive coach, that's what you tell your players. Just hang on. Help's coming. Help is on the way. Help is coming.
You don't always have to be the guy. It's a team.
Minute 24 left in the ball game. That's what I tell you all the time. You don't always have to be the guy.
I quit listening to you years ago. So, yeah.
It's going to be 4th and 18 now. Graham in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, looking deep downfield. Got a man in the middle of the field. Incomplete. Could not connect. Fairview takes over on downs. We've got a minute.
That was
8 seconds left in the ball game, and I think we're about to see my favorite formation, Eric.
Well, you know, that last play by the Bulldogs just out of reach. A good play call, but couldn't make it happen. So now, like you said, we're looking at victory formation and closing out this ball game. So tough battle tonight. Score doesn't indicate, you know, really how tough it was, but the Aggies going to be able to walk away here with undefeated, keep that undefeated season alive.
Redding takes a snap and slides down and takes a knee. Clock keeps ticking. Now we're down under a minute. Well, we'll have one more snap, and then that's going to do it, Eric.
Well, you know, these Bulldogs respectable still. This loss will hurt them, but they'll get over it. And it's, you know, they're going down to 5-2 now, but, you know, they'll still be able to bounce back, and we may see them again at the end of the year.
Well, Fairview will snap the ball one more time. They're going to go to 7-0, and they are in the driver's seat so far as the playoffs. You know, still have a couple of region games, but they've played the 2 big region foes. Redding takes a knee, and that's going to do it. That is ball game, folks. At the end of regulation, the score 28-9. Fairview wins again. Fairview wins again. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with a post game, breaking down all the stats and telling you how it happened. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, where Fairview wins 28-9.
In 1952, 7 men at an aluminum plant banded together and started Lister Hill Credit Union with only $5 each. Today, more than 92,000 have joined us, continuing the legacy of supporting themselves and the community through Lister Hill. It's all about we and what we can do together.
Hey, Coleman drivers. Are you tired of the hassle and confusion when it comes to buying a car? Well, we've got fantastic news for you. Meet Adam Aker at Mitch Smith Chevrolet in Coleman, your go-to guy for a no-nonsense car buying experience.
Hey, folks. Adam here. You know, buying a car shouldn't be stressful. That's why at Mitch Smith Chevrolet, we pride ourselves on transparency, trust, and there's never any BS at MS.
That's right. Adam Aker and the Mitch Smith Chevrolet team are changing the game.
I live and breathe Coleman, just like you. So when you step into our showroom, you're not just another customer, you're family. Together, we'll find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs and budget. Remember, Adam Aker, Mitch Smith Chevrolet, what's not to love?
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I'm Christopher Greer, joined by Eric Brenneman. In the final here, 28-9, Eric, Fairview pulls out another victory. And what did you see that stood out to you so far as what happened with Priceville that may have cost them the game?
Well, you know, it was a lot of self-inflicted wounds,
right,
at inopportune times, and so they were difficult. They found it difficult to stop. or do anything with the Aggie offense. They just kept pounding and pounding and pounding. And, credit to them, they didn't get discouraged. They didn't give up. They kept fighting to the end. But when you get 5-6 yards of play, I mean, that's tough no matter who you are.
Well, at halftime, you and I talked about the keys of the game. And one of the keys I said was a turnover. And we saw a turnover. And again, it shifted momentum. Of course, by that time, momentum was pretty much firmly on the Fairview Aggie, side. But, what I saw that cost this Priceville team, this is a talented team, first off. These guys play hard. And they don't quit. There's not a bit of quit in this Bulldogs team. But they're young. And I think you saw some mistakes that a young team would make. You saw a lot of penalties.
If you're familiar with the Bulldogs at all, I mean, the difference that, that this year has been versus in the past, they obviously have done a lot of work, and it's showing. The coaches, I saw, pregame, the coaches were chest bumping each other. I mean, They were fired up. The players were fired up, and they've definitely turned this thing around, headed in the right direction.
It's going to be very interesting to see what happens next year. With this Priceville Bulldogs football team, because I'll tell you what, man, I'm so impressed. Getting a chance to sit down and talk to Coach Parker the other day, getting to know him a little bit, and the direction that this team is going in, they're on the upward trajectory. They're doing what needs to be done. They just got to keep doing it.
No, you're right, and credit to these kids. They put in a ton of work, and they've turned this thing around. Only 2 losses on the year. They may not be where they want to be yet, but you know what? Credit to them. So good, hard-fought game tonight.
Well, Priceville still has Russellville coming up. Fairview, we've got a couple of easier games. We got Sardis and East Limestone next 2 weeks, but then we got a tough Good Hope team on Halloween night. When you look at the flip side for Priceville, Priceville has Lawrence County next week. That's an easy game. Then they finish with Russellville and then Arab. Arab's always tough. Russellville, we played them last year and last week. They're tough as nails. So Priceville's got a tough road. I could see them dropping one of those games, but even then, it's a successful season. That's a 3-loss season. You're going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
The flip side of that, Fairview 7-0. And, honestly, what I see that can give us a run, for the rest of the regular season is Good Hope, and I don't think they can do it. We're going to take a quick break there. We'll be right back after about 1:07 here on these messages, and we're going to talk a bit about the Fairview Aggie team, what they did, and about what they've got coming up. You're listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, where Fairview wins 28-9.
At Plus One Heating and Air, we believe in more than just fixing your HVAC system. Our team of skilled technicians is dedicated to providing top-notch service with a smile. Whether it's installation, repairs, or maintenance, you can trust Plus One Heating and Air to get the job done right the first time.
I've never experienced service like this before. Plus One Heating and Air not only fixed my heating system promptly, they also ensured everything was running smoothly. They truly care about their customers.
So when you're in need of heating and air services, remember the company that's willing to walk that extra mile for you. Plus One Heating and Air, where trust meets exceptional service. Hey, Coleman fans, when it's game time, it's pizza time, and nobody brings the flavor like Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition with the original recipe since 1968. We're talking fresh, made from scratch dough, zesty signature sauce, and a mountain of melty cheese. Still made with the same recipe you've loved for over 55 years. You can dine in or carry out and taste the hometown tradition that's been winning since day one. Pasquale's Pizza, a Coleman tradition, and still making it the way we used to, because that's how Coleman likes it.
Welcome back to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. I am Christopher Greer, and I'm joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Eric Brenneman. Eric, it's been a blast tonight, man. It's always fun when we get together and call a football game.
Absolutely. I've had a great time tonight. These Aggies are fun to watch. These Bulldogs were fun to watch, quite honestly. And, the fans have made the environment that much better here tonight for a home game for Priceville. So props to them, and so glad to be part of it.
Well, here's some unofficial stats. Jake Harper around 135 rushing, had a couple of touchdowns. Colt Redding, 155 yards passing. You throw in another 60 yards on the ground. He looked good. Rex Chandler had 22 yards on the ground helping out. Jace Stevens with a big night. Jace ended up with about 140 yards and a couple of touchdowns. I'd say he's an early candidate for player of the game. And you had a whole lot of other Aggies, man, who were just filling in and putting their shoulder to the plow and getting to work, Eric,
Yeah, no doubt. It's hard to keep up with, honestly, with the stats. So, a lot of guys doing a lot of things. So that's what makes a good football team. And so far it's paid off and haven't found anybody that can stop them.
Well, I am so proud of what this Fairview team has accomplished, as this season has progressed. I heard a rumor, and this is a rumor, this is unconfirmed, but upon winning tonight, I was told we will be hosting Arab in the first round of the playoffs. Well, and as you know, that's going to be very interesting for me because I coach for Arab.
Well, not only that, Chris, I mean, it's no game's ever a gimme, but you know what? I'll take that. And that's a good start for this year's playoffs. So, yeah.
Fairview getting it done and, man, just doing great. I'm so impressed by this team. Tonight, Eric, they were consistent through the entire game. They were able to enforce their will is what they were able to do. Yeah. And, I'd like to thank everybody who tuned into the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. For myself, for Eric Brenneman, for my dad, who couldn't make it tonight. My spotter is my son. Normally he's here. He wasn't here tonight. For Clea and everyone else here at the Fairview Aggie Sports Network, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors. Without them, none of this would be possible. 212 Insurance Group, Shattuck's Garage Doors, Ditto Transmission, CCM Garage Doors, Owens Home Appliance Center, Brandon Iron Steakhouse, 212 Insurance Group. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Without you listening, this wouldn't be possible. To the Fairview Aggie family, we won one again. Now let's get ready for next week. You've been listening to the Fairview Aggie Sports Network. For Christopher Greer, Eric Brenneman, and everybody else, thank you, God bless you, and good night.